Hey y'all, sprinkle, sprinkle. Welcome, welcome. How are y'all today? So, thank y'all for being here so early. I know it's not super early, but some of y'all came over here from TikTok. I was live over there for a few minutes, probably a few hours. But now I'm on my YouTube. Hey, sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, so do men like being used? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. By the right woman. Gotta put that in there because some of y'all don't listen to that part. They like being used by the correct woman that they want to be used by. Okay? Because a lot of y'all are telling me, well, sometimes I'm dating guys and they tell me that they've been used before and they don't want to, deal with anybody that's trying to use them and stuff like that. Well, how did the first girl get him to give her stuff? Was he stupid before her? No, he wanted her to use him, and when she was done, she was done. Or when he couldn't get what he wanted, he was done. But he still allowed her, the right one, to use him because that's what he's there for. Okay? Now, some men don't want you to use them because you're not the one that they want to be used by. You got to understand this. Sometimes you're just dinner. Sometimes you're just company for the evening at dinner so they don't have to dine alone in a miserable existence. Sometimes you're just one on the roster, but sometimes they'll find one and they want you to use them. Believe me. So if you're her, you're not going to hear any of this. If you're her, you're not going to hear how the last woman used him. Because when he tells you that, he's telling you that you're not going to be able to use him because you're not the last woman. That's literally what he's telling you. You're not like the last woman I dated. I allowed her to use me, but you aren't the type of woman that I'm going to allow to use me. So he's literally telling you ain't gonna get no money. Because men want to be used. Oh, thank you, Diana. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What is the mysterious woman to you? You hear men saying they like when a woman doesn't tell her life story or blabs or talks too much and remains a mystery that he has to unfold and figure out and pull every trick in the book to impress her because she doesn't tell him everything that he needs to know. When they say, well, what are you looking for? She don't say nothing. She's like, well, I'll know when I see it. Or you could be a contender. We'll have to see. They don't just go blah, 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 blah. Well, what did you do today? Oh, well, where should I start? I did a lot of stuff, but let's talk about you. That's mystery, ma'am. Not a blabbermouth. They like the slow burn. They like the simmer. They like the chase. They like getting you to open up. That's how men chase. If you tell them everything that they need to know, they don't need to know anymore. Okay? If you be a regular book, not an audio book. That means they got to take time to read you, man. The old-fashioned way, by getting to know you, by spending money on you, by seeing what you like and what you don't like, by trying this and trying that. You're not on audiobook playing in a car while you're driving, not paying attention. So be a big, thick novel for them to unfold the mystery of, and not an audiobook. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because men like to be used. The more they get to know you, the slower the burn, the more they unfold, the more they learn that they like you a little bit at a time. They don't have time to try to pick out everything that's wrong with you because you haven't told them everything about yourself. Okay? So, be vague. Anyway, some guys that have money, they know why they made that money, to impress women, to create whatever they wanted to create business-wise. They approach attractive women because they know that they can impress them with their money. So they want to be used at some point. Okay? So you got to know how to use them the correct way. The best way is by the power of suggestion. Telling them the things you like. telling them what you like to do. And these things can be expensive. If that's what it takes to impress you and that's their mission, that's what they're going to do. They're not going to look at it as that you're using them for gain. You just told them what you like and they want to impress you. Now, some men that are broke, that can't impress a woman financially, will say that's using a man. It's not using a man by telling him what you like, what excites you, what you enjoy doing, the places you enjoy going, especially if they're expensive. It's not using them if they can afford it. Okay? If they're asking you out, if they're asking you to take time out of your busy life to date them, and they want to impress you, and the things that impress you are nice, they're expensive, they cost money, then it's not using you. It's simply impressing you. Because they don't have to be there. They didn't have to ask you out. You don't have to go anywhere with them. They don't have to impress you at all unless they choose to. So men like to be used by the women that they want to be used by. Not every woman, but the ones that they choose to be used by. And they don't see it as being used. They see it as trying to impress her. And sometimes the woman is impressed and sometimes she's not. Sometimes it takes a little bit more. And maybe they get discouraged because it wasn't enough. And then after the fact, they may say, well, I felt used. No, you felt like you failed because you couldn't impress her enough. But you still allowed yourself to be out there and trying to impress her as much as you could. Try harder next time. Or date in a lower tax bracket or in a lower league of woman that you can impress. So I think men need to figure this out, but they do like being used. It's just that if it's not going to pay off for them in the long run, or if they don't feel like they got the attention that they wanted or the relationship they wanted out of it, they feel like they lost. But you can't really lose in dating. Either it works or it doesn't. Either you can afford to date or you can't. Either you can afford to date in a certain league or you can't. That's literally it. And people are making a big deal out of something because they can't afford to date the type of women that they want to date. Because the men that can afford to date the type of women they want to date, they don't walk around saying that they were used. They say, well, I dated this one girl. She was nice. She had expensive taste. She was spoiled, but it didn't work out. Usually a man that has this type of lifestyle, they often like spending money, traveling, and doing nice things or expensive things as well. Now, if they want to add a woman to the mix, they're going to have to pay for her too. So it's not really being used if you're the man and you're supposed to provide anyway. But, sometimes people don't want to take the responsibility or understand why something didn't work out. So they'll just point the finger at whoever. But in reality, no one's being used because time is money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Especially a woman's time. It's way more valuable. Okay. And the reason why it's way more valuable is because a lot of times women have way more responsibilities. Okay. And a biological clock. So our time is way more valuable. Plus, we take a lot of our time and energy to look nice. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Now, let me tell y'all something. Y'all can't treat rich men like dusties. Because some of y'all are so used to dating dusties that when you get with a man that has money, you may secretly be insulting him and you don't even realize it. If you ask a dusty to do certain things, they might do them because they don't have any money. But when you ask a rich man to do certain things, they may take it as an insult that you think that they would do such things. Like, for example, if you ask a rich man to do manual labor or things that you would hire someone to do, or things that they would hire someone to do, they find it offensive because that's not the lifestyle that they're used to. You tell a Dusty to go do A, B, C, and D because they can't offer you anything else but help manually. That's different. But some of y'all are asking these rich men to do manual things that they don't even do for themselves. Y'all gotta understand that sometimes. Thank you, Tyler. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What to do if boyfriend 51 wants you, you're 27, to give up your apartment and move in with him? He pays all bills and gives you money, but claims he never wants to marry. Then if he claims he never wants to marry, you're 27. Do you already have kids? If you ain't got no kids and he doesn't ever want to get married, he just told you you can move in, you can shack up, but you will never be wife. If you don't feel like you can get somebody else to wife you and you feel like this is the last option or hope that you have, then do what you got to do. But I would never move in with a man that says he never wants to marry. If marriage is your goal, you know, if marriage is not your goal and you could care less, then do what you want to do. But if marriage and a family is your goal, do not move in. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Say, no, I think I'll keep my apartment and we can continue dating since this is not going anywhere serious. Because why would he move you in if it wasn't going anywhere serious? Where's it going? Nowhere. Not to marriage. Then you could stay living by yourself because you're single until you're married, ma'am. So why should you live as a couple? Unless it's leading to marriage. There's no reason to live with a man if you ain't gonna be married to him, unless it's leading to marriage. Otherwise, you can have your privacy and your freedom. And if you tell him that, he'll respect you more and may change his mind on where that's leading. And, you know, if you get a ring before you move in, that's still something closer to marriage than not close to marriage at all. Then you could lie. Look, let me tell y'all always asking me how to get a man to marry you. And I don't really do this, but I've said it in the past. Some of y'all are desperate, so I'm going to help y'all out, okay? Listen up, desperate women that trying to force men to marry y'all. Going to give y'all some tips and clues and hints. But first, a friendly announcement from Ricordami Italia. Okay, they sent me these beautiful flowers, y'all. And look how bougie this is. This is perfect for Valentine's Day. This is in the description bar. I'm going to link it again. And my code is SheRaSeven, all one word. I'm going to type in my code right now. But stay tuned for the message, ma'am. Okay, this is my code. Then I'm going to link the stuff that I'm getting ready to talk about. Sorry, y'all. Got to change my ringtone. It's still on Christmas, but we're on Valentine's Day now. Get your man to send you some flowers. These are like these really beautiful preserved roses from Ricordami Italia. They come in a beautiful box. And look how pretty this is. This is beautiful. And it's perfect for your little vanity area, your office, your desk. Perfect for Valentine's Day if you want to send this to someone. You don't have to be home to receive flowers. They'll just be in a nice box for you waiting. They have bigger ones, smaller ones. This is a little smaller one. But definitely check this out for Valentine's Day. Get your man to order. It's not very expensive at all. But definitely use my code SheRaSeven because y'all gonna get a discount, okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. And if you get the discount, it's cheaper and you could get the bigger one, okay? So Valentine's Day, send this link to your man. When you send him the list of all the stuff you want, make sure you send him this link too so you can get your money, your roses, your gifts, and everything all at once. All right. Thank you, Ricordami, for sending me these beautiful roses and this little card and statement about the company. Very classy. Very nice. Very demure. All right. So, or just for any day. It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day, anniversaries, whatever. Just because first date, second date. And, you know, when a man gives you flowers, they're going to die soon. But if you get some like this, it's bougie. You can display them for a long time. And every time you see them, you'll think of him and you'll remember he spent more than a couple of dollars on some flowers for you. Okay, so let's talk about how to make a man marry you. Because y'all desperate pick me need this information. I'm going to help y'all out. I don't recommend making them marry you. But when push comes to shove, you know, you got to pull out some tricks, okay? Hold on, let me see who's texting me and who's calling. Like, what is so important? What is so important? A scam call? Great, thanks. It's not important. I don't answer those calls. Y'all wasting your time. All right. Y'all already got your pens? First, you need to get him to get you some type of ring. Some type of ring. A promise ring or something. This needs to be given, okay? It could be a Walmart ring. I don't care what it is, but it needs to be something. This is for the desperate people, not the people that have self-esteem, okay? But this is for y'all desperate women. This is not for people with high self-esteem. So listen, it's a good trick, but people with higher self-esteem don't have to do this. But if y'all are desperate, I'm going to help y'all. Get any type of ring, him to buy you, to shut you up. So for the lady that's thinking about moving in to the 51-year-old man's house and you want marriage and he doesn't, just say, okay, well, what about a promise ring? You know, just in case you change your mind. Because when I'm out and about and men see my finger and there's no ring on it, they always approach. Start like that. Okay, thank you, Tweety. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You see, I look beautiful. Thank you, girl. Start like that. Tell them you need a ring to keep the dusties back. All right. And once you get that ring, then you start telling everybody and your mama that you're engaged. Get on the phone. Get on FaceTime. And like be showing off your ring. And have the FaceTime with your mom out like this. And she go, oh, girl. You could even text her ahead and say, girl, look at my ring. Say something about my ring. You could say, oh, you engaged? You got a ring? And then she's going to tell someone else that's in the room, your dad, your sister, your cousin, your little brother, whoever. Girl, such and such is engaged. Girl, he done popped the question. Girl, call such and such. Call grandma and tell her she finally getting engaged. So before you can even correct her, your mom is blabbing to everybody who will listen that you're finally engaged because you have a ring on your ring finger. So if he's hearing the conversation in the background and your mom's all acting proud and telling everybody that will listen that you're engaged, what's he going to do? Correct her? No, ma'am, we're not engaged. I don't believe in marriage. It's just a promise ring. Is he going to correct her? Okay, so think about it. Uh-oh, bean juice, 76. Uh-oh, sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, you're 21, he's 41. Try to get him to spoil you. Drop hints about being in a relationship. Act like he likes me, but he's too young, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The reason why he's dating you is because his pockets are low, okay? A 41-year-old dating a 21-year-old can't impress someone his own age, so he can't do too much. He can't spoil you. He could take you to Forever 21, maybe. He can take you to Applebee's, maybe. He can't spoil you because he's 41 and he can't afford women his own age, so he has to find someone way younger. So you're going to have to get two if you're going to date somebody 41. You're going to have to get two of them. You should already have to. So yeah. So definitely if you're 21 and he's 41, you need to have two of them because he can't really afford you if he's dating you and can't spoil you. Okay. So you need to get two of them. He can't spoil you. He don't got the money, man. If he hasn't made it by 41, if he's not driving luxury, if he doesn't own a house, if he's not high up in his career, he can't afford you or any woman his age. So get him and get another one. Get him whatever he can do for you. Put him under free food under your phone. If all he can do is take you out to eat, His phone number should say free food under it. Get you another one that can afford to take care of you or spoil you. Don't get into a relationship with a man who can't afford you. Okay, don't waste your youth on somebody who is over 40 and can't do much. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. He's a loser to all women his age. Remember that, if he can't even spoil a 21-year-old. It's just like a passport, brother, except instead of traveling to other countries, he's traveling to other generations with less money. Now, I don't knock women dating older men, but make sure they got money, or date several so you can get several streams of income. Okay. Always date higher, more. If they can't do nothing for you, add another one to the roster. Save them in your phone of what they can do for you. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Now, for that, let's get back to the forcing of people to marry you for the desperate chicks. Okay, here we go. So after your mom then reacted on the FaceTime because she saw the ring that he got you to keep the dusties away, even though it's not an engagement ring, your mom thinks it is. Your mom tells your dad, your mom tells your sister, your mom tells your family. News spreads quick. So now somebody's tagging him, if they follow him on social media, on Instagram or TikTok, about congratulations. You see how this goes? Now what are you gonna do? All right. Hopefully that helps you. You got to trick people into thinking y'all are engaged. So he just has to go with the flow. Okay, there you go. Okay, do men like being used? Yes. Sometimes men like being told what to do because so a lot of times men don't want to get married because they already been married or they're not ready for marriage. Okay. It's not about you, it's about them being ready for marriage or not. When they feel like they have no more options on the table, when they've seen all that they want to see, when they've done all they want to do, when they try to get the type of woman that they want to get, if they're done playing, doesn't mean they're not going to cheat in the future, but if they're ready to see what marriage life is about, they're going to marry whoever they with at the time. Because now they're ready. Because all their friends are getting married, time to nine, going on vacation, getting them discounts, getting them tax breaks, having kids. When they're ready, they'll just marry whoever. Okay. You could be in a relationship for 10 years with somebody cooking and cleaning and they're not ready. And then the next chick that they end up with, okay, now that they see that, life is, could be this way. If they get married, they're going to just marry her. So don't be the starter wife. Don't be the starter girlfriend. Get with a man who's ready for marriage. Okay. And sometimes they're not going to know they're ready until you make them ready, which means you got to force them into thinking that they're ready. Okay, and another way to do this is talk about your future without them. Talk about your future without them. Act like you ain't ready for marriage. Act like you got other plans steaming. Act like you finna be with a whole nother man in a whole nother marriage situation in your future. So it's like, you know what? When I get married, my husband is gonna do A, B, C, and D. So you don't really believe in marriage. Talk about him like he ain't gonna be there in the next 5 years. Because he ain't ready for marriage. That means you're still kind of single and that you're not going to base your needs and wants for marriage on him. You're talking about someone else. Okay, well, this is a great dinner. I can't wait for when I get married to my husband to have dinners like this, but in a backyard garden patio or something. I'm going to have a big fountain. This is very nice. Thank you. Act like he's an option and he's not in game. You got to treat them like they're not in game. And you got to talk about your future husband, whoever they may be, right to their face. Then they're going to want to naturally, as a masculine man, to fulfill that role for you because that's the only thing that's impressing you right now. It's literally reverse psychology. It's the only thing that's impressing you right now. The only thing you're looking forward to. Anything he does is not going to even count. You see what I'm saying? Because you're putting all of the emphasis, hopes, and dreams to the future husband. He's just the placeholder, and you're telling him he's the placeholder while he's paying your bills. So he's going to want to start believing in marriage after you start giving him the visuals of you with another man as your husband while he's paying your bills. He's going to want to fulfill that role since he's already investing into you. So therefore, you're dealing with a man who don't believe in marriage. Talk about your future husband right in front of him. Okay. You in a situationship, same thing. I don't believe in situationships, but talk about them as if they're the placeholder. Well, I hope my husband is able to cook as good as you. They're going to start visualizing themselves as your husband. And once they do that, it's over, game over. All right. Because they already know every time you're out and about, you're going to start, your eyes going to be open for husband. And whether they paying bills or not, your eyes is open for husband because that's what you're looking forward to. That's what you're talking about. He says he don't believe in marriage. It's not wrong of you to believe in marriage and want a husband. If they're a placeholder, they're not in game. They know every time you leave that house, your eyes open for a husband. So either they're going to take that place naturally and say, okay, well, I changed my mind. I might do believe in marriage. Or they're gonna say, well, if that's what she wants marriage, then I'll give it to her or I'll let her go. Okay, you have to play like you don't need him. He needs you. You said men have been trying to force situationships. Well, force future visualizations of your husband. It's like, oh, you know what? I know this is just call it a situationship to his face. Like, I know this is just our situationship, but when I get married, I want my man to be A, B, C, and D. Like, name all the things that he could potentially be, but it's not. Then every time you leave, he know you ain't thinking about him. You thinking about a future husband. You put him in his place just like he tried to put you in your place. Y'all are both stuck in a situationship place. He knows you're out looking for another man. He knows you single. You're not staying at home worried about him. He knows that if he wants to impress you any type of way, that he has to play the role of what you're looking for. Okay. And men like being used, whether you're using them for clout, bill pay, gifts. They like it because it makes them feel masculine and wanted and useful. Like they've made it in this world. Because if you're not using them, why aren't you using them? Why don't you ask them for nothing? Why don't you want something from them? Is it because you don't think that they can afford it? Because you think they're struggling? Is it because you think that they don't have it to give, or they haven't made it in this world yet? When you don't ask a man for something, it's literally an insult. It means that they can't do anything for you. Okay? So always ask them for something. They do want to feel needed. I always say, people always say, well, decenter man, you don't need men. I need them to do stuff that I need them to do. I need them to feel needed so they can continue giving me my money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Now, it's just like a valued customer. Like if you are a corporation, you want your customers to feel valued. Even though you're making a lot of money, you don't really need every customer. You want to make sure every customer is happy so that they continue to, help you thrive. That's the same thing with men. You want to make sure that they feel needed and useful, so you have to ask them for money. Or whatever they need to give you. And if a man fixes his mouth to call you broke and that you need a job, the truth is they can't afford you. They're not there to provide. They're still in survival mode. Bypass, move on. Okay. Not in your league, not the type of man you're trying to date. Waste of time. Just dismiss, block, and move on. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because remember, men will give their financial status away by how they react to what you like, what your standards are, and all this kind of stuff. So it's a very easy way to weed them out. Oh, thank you, the sunflower goddess. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said there's a song by Bill Withers called Use Me. Men definitely like being used, by the way, by the right woman. Exactly. Girl, I know that song. James be singing it all the time. You gonna use me, then use me up, all right? And here's a good response to a man that says, "Oh, well, you only want to use me, or you're only there to use me." Well, I could be with another man using it. You better be lucky I chose you to use, because I could be using somebody else. You better be glad I chose you. You're special. You rather me go use somebody else? All right then. Be thankful. Okay. Because a lot of men don't realize it until it's too late. Then they just go get another chick, start all over, and let her use you too. Let her use him too, because then he start missing it. I miss somebody trying to use me. I miss somebody looking for some money. I miss somebody trying to get my food money and restaurant money. I miss a woman asking me to get her nails done and go to the ATM. I miss it. I don't feel like a man no more. People think I'm broke because I can't. They miss it. So they like it. Just keep asking. If they can afford it, they will. See everybody getting used for something. Exactly. Because they know if you're not asking them for it, you ask somebody else, especially if you want it or need it. Uh-oh, Carla, sprinkle, sprinkle. Hi, Shira, you're 25. How old should you go? 40. Girl, 40 is not old enough. Thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't know why 20 something years old think 40 is old. It ain't old. 40 is when men or most women just get into their career successfully. They're still trying to shine at that age. You know, they're trying to enjoy the fruits of their labor at that age. They're not balling 100% yet unless they are really rich. You know what I'm saying? Unless they made it big in their 30s or 20s. Unless they have like huge success. But that's not most people. Most people that are average or just successful in their 40s, unless they're building on some woman's back, they don't have money to spoil you like that. Unless they're in their high 40s. So 48, almost 50, when they getting ready to hit that 50, they got a little extra spend, okay? If they're low in their 40s, their career is just getting off the ground. So unless they're really rich or own their own company or something like that, okay? So yeah, I'm in my 40s. I'm 45. There's no way if I was a man, I'd be spoiling some 20-something-year-old. I would still be concentrating on my money and my legacy and get this money together. But and plus, like, a lot of men lie about their status and their career to women to impress them. So a lot of men may say they make a lot of money, and then when it comes to spending it, they're not going to do it because they're trying to save it and grow it instead of spending it on some 20-something-year-old. They start to see it dwindle if they don't really have it like that. So that's why it's hard with a young 40-something. You got to get the older 40s that's close to 50. Sprinkle, sprinkle, because they're getting ready to go through that midlife crisis. They want to feel young again. They will spend more because they've had like 10 extra years to get their career in place after 40. How to suggest Valentine's Day gifts? Send links, send pictures, send links, tag them in stuff that you like, or just tell them that's what you want. Or say, I know you're getting me something wonderful for Valentine's Day. Thank you so much. And then like tag them in stuff that you like. Uh-oh, unknown user. Thank you, sprinkle, sprinkle. I just tell them what I want after a while. If it's a new relationship and you want them to read your mind, you better tag them and stuff online that you like, or send them a list. Okay. You said he's a mechanic. Okay, well, if he has his own money and he could spoil you, he spoiled other women, then great. But like I said, 40-year-old men, they literally think they're still 30 or 20 in their mind. So they may not think they have to spend as much as an older man. That's all I'm saying. Like, for example, if a man is 40 and then versus a man that's 50, a 50-year-old may spend more than a 40-year-old. That's all I'm saying. It just depends on what you're looking for. If you don't care and you just want somebody to spend something and you'd rather the younger guy, great. But if you want them to spend a lot, go for older. The older they are, especially if they have a good career and a decent, income and they like you a lot, they'll spend more. Mm-hmm. You said 55 plus year old men are reminded of their mortality. That's right. They're trying to live their life to the fullest. And so they're gonna pay. They're like, well, I can't take it with me. Let's get it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's the attitude you want. I can't take it with me. When you get with a man, that need to be the attitude. Especially if you're dating older. The attitude needs to be, I can't take it with me. Not, I'm still trying to build my career. Uh-oh. Tajira, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for all your advice. You're 41, but look in your 30s still. I just ended a relationship with a dude, not provider mode, stingy and young. What age is my target now? Okay, you're 41. You need to be dating the 55 and up, ma'am. 55 and up. If you look in your 30s, 55 and up. Sprinkle, sprinkle. 55 and up. Someone says 60 and up. But then 55 and up. Yes. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you're dating a much older man, ask them for something. They know that they're there to be used. They know it. If you're dating a man that's almost 70 and you 30, he waiting on you to ask him for something. So go ahead and ask him. All right. He can't take it with him, remember. So go ahead and ask. Make sure you look cute. Okay. You said how to get your husband to leave the house. Divorce will take too long. Da, 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 da. Girl, the best thing you can do is find some business or suggest him to go on vacation, join a country club, join a gym, go join a church. I don't know. Suggest him to join stuff so he can stay gone or on vacation. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Or invite your family over a lot. So where the family he don't like. That way he'll try to be gone as much as he can. It's like, oh, well, I'm inviting such and such to stay for a few days or a few weeks, or they're coming over for dinner tomorrow. Like, invite all the people he don't like over there so he has an excuse to leave. All right. Start an old lady book club or something and have them meet at your house. I don't know. You'll figure it out as we get to thinking. Thank you, Miley, sprinkle, sprinkle. Hobbies to detach and get out of the house. Anything that's going to improve yourself as a person. And if you like to socialize, anything that's going to keep you social in the right circles that you want to be in to improve your life and your lifestyle. So anything. It could be lessons for something. It could be a Rotary Club meeting. It could be volunteer work. It could be a book club, an old lady book club, a young lady book club. It could be happy hour. It could be whatever. Whatever you want it to be, man. Just go do it. Do something different every day. Do something that's, repetitive if that's what you like. But take up a sport. Take up a book club. Do something. I don't know. Go to happy hour. Join the gym. Something. Mm-hmm. You said you mean kick him out. Okay. I think it's best to get them to leave on their own by bringing some uncomfortable situation about. So whatever you can do. Talk about wanting to foster someone. I don't know. Like, get creative with it, man. I mean, come on now. Sometimes they'll leave on their own if you just act a little crazy. Start get you some paperwork together. Now I know a lot of people may be sensitive or triggered by this, but act like you want to adopt some more kids or sponsor some foster children and start getting all the paperwork together and say, let's go down and pick out, let's see who we can do like for foster care. It's going, I'm not doing that. I move out. Well, I want to move someone in, and I really don't think that it's going to work. Then if they say no, I'm not signing any papers. I say, okay, fine. Well, well then let's start talking about a bunch of pets that you want to get. Well, let's go get a bunch of rescue animals. No, I don't want all them animals. Okay, well then I'm gonna volunteer, so I'm not gonna be home to cook or clean or do any of those things that you are used to doing, or I'm gonna be out volunteering for this and that because I'm dedicated to the cause, but you don't want to be on board with it. So now I have to be out and about, and then leave. Then start a book club and bring all these strangers to the house. We're having book club. You got to go somewhere. Make it uncomfortable for him. Throw parties. Let your family use it to host get-togethers and gatherings. Have family dinners every week. Like, just become this social butterfly and bring people to the house all the time, so he's uncomfortable being there. Until he say, I can't take it no more. Then he'll leave. You said, say you're hosting Kardashian watch parties every week. All ladies welcome. Oh my goodness. You said join a sketchy religion. It will scare him. Yes. And have them come over for Bible studies. And have him try to convert. Like, say, we have to convert. Like, go try to join a cult and get him to convert. He'll be gone. That's the fastest way, I think. Go find some weird church in the middle of a field or something. One of those people, them end time churches. Go find one of them end time churches that have them little tents and go for it, man. Bring them all to the house. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Make good friends with a pastor. Offer them tithes and offerings and invite them to the house. Oh, Shay says fake a serious health issue. Ooh, that's a good idea. I said that before too. He'll be gone. We said bring home a Ouija board. That don't work. Unless they're real scared and superstitious. Okay. Okay. You said faking a serious health issue is diabolical, but it will 100% work. It sure will. Ain't nothing run a man off faster than a woman who's ill. All right. We were talking about how men like being used by the right woman. If they like you a lot more, they're waiting on you to ask them for something. They're waiting on you to put them to work. They're waiting on you to tell them what impresses you so they can go out and do it to impress you. So if you're with the right one, if you're with a man that likes you, they're waiting on you to mention something. They're waiting on to rescue you. They're waiting to do something for you that's impressive. And some men will call it being used. Other men will call it being able to be a man, because somebody gonna use them. If it ain't you, it's gonna be some other chick. So if you're the one, they're gonna pull out all the stops for you. Sometimes men that tell you that they've been used and they don't want to be used again, that means you're not on the level to use them. So you're just going to be a placeholder until another one good enough to use them approaches, or they see, or they approach. Okay. That's literally what it means. When a man tells you that, that's literally their code. That's what they're telling you. You're not cute enough to use me because I've been used before and I don't want to be used again. That means, well, why? How come she got to use you then? She cuter than me? Then I don't want it if I can't use it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So that's all they're telling you. The chick before you had more than you got. That's why he had to lower his standards, because he tried to impress her and it wasn't enough. So now he felt used. So now he downgrades, comes to you, tells you that you ain't good enough to use him. So all he gonna do is keep downgrading until he realizes that he has to pay money. He has to impress women. He has to spend money. Women are there, men are providers. Then he'll get it together and start over and let another woman use him until he realizes that men are providers, and that's, if he can't afford a certain type of woman, he shouldn't be dating her. So they like to be used. They're just, when they tell y'all that they've been used, they're in a phase where they hadn't figured it out yet, or they have, and you're just not the one to be, giving money to, because you're not their type, or you're just a placeholder. Okay. So if a man you're dating and they say, oh, well, I've been used before and I don't really want to go through that again. It's like, oh, well, it was very nice to meet you and I'm so sorry that you were used. But, I just feel like if a man really likes a woman, he'll try to impress her, learn her love language, and, do what it takes to please her if he takes her seriously and sees a future with her. So obviously you don't see a future with me if you're already talking about me using you. You don't really have anything, to offer, is that's what you're saying, because like, what am I going to use you for? Free food? Can you afford dinner? Then you shouldn't be dating. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You shouldn't be dating if you feel used on a date or on dates. Okay. Someone once said that you need to train a man. Yes, through the power of suggestion, you can pretty much train anybody through the power of suggestion. But how you treat yourself is a suggestion on how they should treat you. How you talk to other people, how you view other people, how you talk to them is a suggestion on what they should do for you. So think about everything that you do when it comes to dating a certain type of guy as a power of suggestion technique. And everything will be strategically done according to what you're trying to suggest to him subconsciously. So if you want to be seen as a certain way, you wear certain colors. If you want him to treat you a certain way, you treat yourself that way and deal with people who treat you that way as well, or tell stories about people who treat you the way that you want him to treat you. So it's very subtle, but it works. If you want to be seen as wifey or bridal, wear that type of clothing. Carry yourself in that type of manner. If you want to be seen as side chick material, situationship, carry yourself in that way. Because if you carry yourself in a certain way, Men see you in a certain way because you're using the power of suggestion by your image, what you're choosing to wear, how you're choosing to react, the places you're going, all of those things. Very strategic. So, for example, if you walk into a place and you have something low cut on, tight, lashes out to here, that's not wifey. That's hit it and quit it and don't tell nobody. All right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. But if you walk in well-dressed, classy, demure, when they see you, they're not automatically thinking hit it and quit it and don't tell nobody. They're saying, oh, she looks like she's very classy. She would make a good wife. Just by what you chose to wear, how you look, how you carry yourself, how you treat yourself. So appearance is very important to the power of suggestion when you're trying to train a man. Okay. He said when he already got a wife. Well, that second wife better life, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Something just depends on the situation, I guess. If they're married, if they're not married. What do you mean? Say, be my peace. Okay, what do they mean when they say be my peace? It means to let them eat and sleep in peace so that they can cheat in peace. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Think about this. And I know people say the opposite. And it just depends on the situation. It just all depends on the situation. Everybody's situation different. So if a man says, be my peace, why would he say that? Why would he say that? Are you a problem? Have you ever been a problem? If not, if you've never been a problem and he says, I just want a woman to be my peace. What he's saying is he's want a passive woman he can walk over in a doormat, man. People should already be at peace. Their life should already be peaceful when they bring a woman into it. It shouldn't be full of chaos and crap. Okay? If you bring in a woman into an unpeaceful environment and you asking her to be the peace because your stuff is all messed up and the only type of peace that you have is to come home to some woman that you asked and begged to be your peace because your whole life ain't peaceful, then I don't want to be in that life. If your whole life ain't peaceful, you can't expect your woman to be peaceful. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If your job ain't peaceful, if your income ain't peaceful, if your demeanor ain't peaceful, if your financials ain't peaceful, then no woman ain't going to be peaceful. So you ask them the impossible if your life isn't already a peaceful environment for your woman. So she can't be your peace if you ain't got no peace. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Now, let me tell y'all another way that a woman can actually be your peace. They're not going to care about what you're doing. If they got all the money, they got the credit card, they're well taken care of, you making money, they're not going to be bothering you. That's very peaceful. They're going to be peacefully spending your money, peacefully enjoying it, peacefully enjoying the lifestyle, peacefully paying other people to do the dirty work that they don't feel like doing. Okay? That's peace to me. Now, if his lifestyle is not peaceful, you got to constantly worry about what he's doing, where he at, blah, 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 he paying the bills, then you can never be his peace. Because he hasn't earned it or deserves it. Okay? Because you're too busy worried about him. You're still in survival mode. You're still doing this. You're still doing it. How can you even be at peace and be his peace if he can't even give you money? Sprinkle, sprinkle. So he got to have peace money. You're not his coach. You're not his life coach. You're not his therapist. You're not his guru. He ain't paying you for all them jobs. It says men like being used. That's why there are many financial slaves on Twitter. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. He said a man asks a woman to be his piece because he is emotional and insecure. You can't fix that for him. Okay, DJ, aka Mr. Sandman, sprinkle, sprinkle. That's probably true. He wants you to just shut up and let him be right when he's wrong or not doing something right. He wants you to hold your tongue and let him continue to create more issues. And that's a lot of women's problems. Like, they don't want to start nothing, and they'll watch their man make mistake after mistake, mess up, not reach their full potential, and they don't want to start no trouble, so they won't say nothing until the man gets so messed up. Then all of a sudden they're just going to let it all out. Well, you messed up here. You should have did this instead of that. And then the guy will be like, well, why didn't you tell me? Because you told me to be your piece. So I peacefully let you downfall. If your lifestyle isn't peaceful and you ask your woman to be your piece and she agrees, chaos gonna come out later, whether you like it or not, if you ain't doing it right. Uh-oh, Sunrose, sprinkle, sprinkle. What specific item or look can you introduce to be seen as more than the average woman? I do work corporate, so I wear classic lashes and nude nails. What else can I introduce or do to seem above? Perfume is wonderful to do that with. Perfume. And just a little bit something extra or different that just stands out. It could be, a lot of people may say, red, like do a red lip. Do something like more office siren. If you're in the corporate world, y'all ever heard the office siren? Put some outfits together looking cute. Own your sexuality, but also keep it very professional. So where it's appropriate, it's professional, but it's office siren. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Think fantasy and office mixed together, but appropriate. Go for that look. I don't know what your body type is, or if you look good in certain outfits, but like find out like what you look best in, and get stuff like that, and walk into the office as if it's a fashion show, but like you're trying to look attractive, but it's still professional. You know what I mean? Go for the office siren look. Thank you, Shira. 22 provided for and Black. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Persephone. Uh-oh, Katrina. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You trained him early by following advice from older videos. I had him bringing me something before each date. Use the headphone trick. Now I call him my hero when he does what I want. Ha ha ha. He walks away proud. I am his purpose. That's right, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Them older videos. Thank you for the donation. Them older videos. Yes, you always got to ask them to bring you something before a date. Start off small, then get larger with the request, like some headphones. I lost my headphones, or I dropped them, or I lost them, or someone took them. Could you please pick me some headphones up, because I got to go to the gym in the morning, and I really don't want to stop by the store because all the dusties harass me when I walk in. Girl, you gonna come with them Apple headphones or them Five Below headphones? You gonna see what you worth, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Bowls, maybe. Oh, could you get me, could you stop by the store and get me such and such and such? You get them in the habit of bringing you something. So about the fifth time, or the fourth time, you won't even have to ask anymore. He'll ask you, well, do you need me to bring anything? Is there anything that you need? So you always ask for them. Like if they're broke, start off with asking for gum, snacks. Like if y'all are in high school, you're in college, you ask for a little bit more. You're grown, you need to ask for grown stuff, okay? All right. They like being used, okay? They like to feel needed, especially if they haven't and they're trying to impress you. That's what they can do. I said gum and snacks for high school students. And when you're in college, ask for a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Then when you're grown, ask for grown people stuff. Okay, stuff that costs money. All right. Grown stuff is stuff that costs money. Headphones. Um, Perfumes. Um, Stuff for your car. I don't know. Thank you, Anna. How about when I go to his place, what should I ask him to get me? If you require certain things and you go to his place, if y'all are dating and y'all are serious and you're now going over to his place, have a special type of thing that you love. Like my favorite champagne is this. My favorite food is this. Have it in the fridge. Have it, this is what I like. Have it on hand if I come over there or I'm leaving. I'm not comfortable. I don't like this drink. I don't like this. I'm hungry. Like, be a problem if he doesn't have what it takes to please you and keep you there. So let him know your favorite, whatever, wines, champagnes, snacks, whatever's going to keep you happy. He needs to have it at his house at all times, or he needs to go out and shop and get it for you. You can even say, okay, if you want a gift, I left my such and such and I lost it on the plane or in luggage or somebody took it. And if I'm going to go over your house, I'm going to need it there. You want some new hairstyling tools? I'm going to need this kind of hair dryer because I lost mine or mine broke. And if I'm going to spend the night, I need to dry my hair. So could you order me that Dyson online? It's on Amazon. That's the only one I use. It's a lot of money. I know, but it's the only one that works for me. I'm not going to be able to spend the night. I'm going to have to go figure it out. I have to wash the hair or do the hair. Girl, lie. Or you could say, oh, well, I only like this type of soap. Or do you have this type of razor? I don't want to have to stop by the store and dusties are all over me. Order it on Amazon for me. I'm going to send you a list, okay? If we're going to be dating and I'm going to be coming over your house, this is what you should have over there for me. Is this okay? Is this a problem? No, I can get it. Don't worry about it. Oh, thank you, Malia. Sprinkle. Thank you, Lady Lorraine's Energy. Yay. Sprinkle, girl. Thank you, girl. Y'all go check out her Etsy store, Lady Lorraine's Energy. She has fragrant oils, body oils. Very nice, very luxurious. Sprinkle. Thank you, girl. Her name is the same on Etsy. Thank you, Casey. Casey says, like my videos, guys. Thank you. Y'all hit the like button. Come on. What's wrong with y'all? Thank you, Casey. Sprinkle. Okay, so they want to be used. Okay, there you go. So a lot of times men are like, well, is there anything I can do for you? And y'all dumb, stupid women sometimes say, oh, no, I don't need anything. No, you need something. I don't care if you need it or not. Make up some. I don't care. Make it up. You need some food, some chips, some champagne, some wine, a gift card, something. You need something. A new keychain. I don't care. You need something. Don't ever pass up an opportunity when someone offers you something. Okay? Because if a man asks you if you need something, they're trying to allow you to know that they can provide you with something. And if you pass it up, it could come off as, well, I don't need you, or I don't need anything from you, or things don't impress me, or giving me something doesn't impress me. That's what it's coming off as. So always accept the offer. Always, whatever it is, tell them what you want. I don't even care what it is. Okay, unless it's drugs. Don't do that. Okay. What, do you need anything? Is there anything I could do for you? Well, since you asked, you're so sweet. Since you asked, I didn't want to go to the store and pick up the items that I really need because the Dusties be after me. So could you order and have delivered to me such and such and such and such to my house? Now you got free groceries, food, um, or wherever you're ordering from, Walmart, Target, uh, Amazon, wherever you're ordering from, or I don't know if them places are being boycotted this week or not, but wherever the places that you're ordering from that's not being boycotted, I'm trying to be politically correct for some of y'all that are triggered, but wherever you order from, have them send it to you. If they ask you on the phone, well, is there something I could do for you? Let me do something for you. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay, well, if you don't want them to know where you live, then make you an Amazon wish list, put all the stuff you want on it, send it to them, and there's a button you can click to where they can't see your address, but you can still receive it when they send it to you. Okay, you just got to set up your wish list on Amazon correctly to where the address is not shown. Okay. You said, any tips on how to stay motivated while trying to level up? Every day do it. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It just becomes your lifestyle. There's no other way. It's either this way or go back to the way you were. You got two choices: level up or stay where you at. So go in the right directions. Go in the right directions. Oh, Lanice, Sprinkle said, wigs or sew-ins, whatever you want. It's your head. Sprinkle. Whatever you're comfortable with. To each, everyone is different. Whatever you're comfortable with. I don't know. Y'all, my political stance on things is too well thought out to be triggered by anything. Like I don't really do too much because I already know the bigger picture. So I just let people be triggered and have their, little rants and whatever. But we know what the big picture is going. Okay, what's your advice for a 21-year-old? Okay, 21-year-olds, get money, don't get pregnant, date men that can afford to date you. Never pay on a date men with money. After you turn 23, 24, start dating for lifestyle. Right now, have your fun, date who you want, but as long as you're not paying on dates and they can afford to actually date, then have fun. Have your fun now, because when you get to about 23, 24, you're going to start wanting to date seriously, so that if you're marriage minded, you got a few years to get to know someone and have them take you seriously. So have fun in your young 20s, man, but don't get pregnant and don't date nothing broke. Okay, Persephone, Sprinkle. When you were 19, you had 3 jobs. Okay. You had no help in NYC. Because of Shera, I changed how I looked, acted, and now you're 22, engaged, Central Park apartment, brand new Benz in my name, and access to all his cards and accounts. Okay, Persephone, Sprinkle. I know that's right. Girl, that was quick. I told you. She said she was not playing. She said she did not come to play. Central Park apartment at 22. You did that, girl. Sprinkle. Yes. So, thank you, girl, for the generous donation and the sharing. Okay, someone said I missed their super chat. Hold on. Okay. Luna. Okay. She says, how to make sure your ugly old rich sugar daddy puts me in his will. He has 3 sons. Is it possible? You can ask him, or you can say, well, since I'm sacrificing my youth to be with you, I I want something to know that my time is valuable to you and that you really care for me. So I want some type of, reassurance that if I stick around for the long haul, that I'm going to be taken care of. And so what he can do is call his lawyer and have them change the will to put you in there or something, or get you some life insurance on him or something. I don't know. But if he has 3 sons and you're not married to him, they may contest it, just depending on how much he's leaving you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you make friends or good with the sons or whatever. But you gotta like tell him that you're giving up a lot to be with him in his old age, and you want to feel like he values you and cares about what happens to you after he's gone. Okay, just say it in a nice way. Someone says asking for huge money now. Yeah, because then you can put it in your account. But if he thinks you're going to leave, he may not do that. Or you could do an allowance type thing every month. That way you don't really need to be in his will. If he's giving you money month after month to stack, just work it out, figure it out. If he likes you a lot, he'll put you in the will. Thank you, Ivy, Sprinkle Sprinkle, for being a new member. Someone says you got to start collecting now. Exactly. And then if you get in the will, added bonus. Okay. So, yes, men like being used. Even till the very end. There are old men out here with one foot in the grave, wishing somebody come and try to use them. Okay, Lanice, he says the girls are so jealous when you look your best. Okay, well that's because you're making them feel like they got to do better. So you're actually doing them a favor by looking good. You're giving them inspiration, whether they're taking it in a negative or a positive way. You're giving them inspiration to do better. They may feel some type of way about having to do better when they don't want to do better. When they want to do the least, they're going to get mad at you for doing the most because it makes them look like they didn't do nothing. All right? So you're just inspiring them to be a better person, and they don't like it. Okay. You said I look different around the eyes? I don't have on any mascara. I don't have on lashes. I just got a little wing happening. I did not draw any eyeliner down here today. I was being rushed out of my bathroom this morning because my daughter did not want to be late to school. So we got her to school on time, and I forgot to finish doing my makeup when I came here. I just got on TikTok, started talking. But usually I do a little bit more. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Ding. Who is texting me? Is this Cash App? Uh-oh, hold on. What is this? What's today? Wait, what's the date? Hold on. I might have to change my outfit if I'm gonna do something. Yeah, I got my makeup right here. My extreme makeup. Let's see if I have any mascara. Yes, I do. So here I forgot to put on mascara 2 days in a row. Let me get this on my eye. Thank you. Okay, did somebody send a super chat? Hold on. Let me look. Tips as a rainbow grapher in NYC. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Go for the older gay men. Yeah, it's always gonna be about that age. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The old closeted ones will give you more money to. So find you an old closeted. Oh, thank you, Lenise. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Are you liking your new office space? Yeah. Thank you, girl. Good. If you're gay, go find you an old closeted gay man. They're gonna keep you right. That hush money too. Somebody say, yeah. Then when they stop giving you money, oops. That's what happened to a lot of them people that y'all thought was straight. They stopped giving that money, and all of a sudden there's an interview somewhere online. Somebody dating this dude or this person or that person. Yeah, this is that essence, ma'am. This is my little at work makeup bag, and I just keep a little extras in here. It's doing what it need to do. All right. So that's your favorite mascara? Okay. Am I looking more like myself now? Put the lashes on. Okay. Yeah, girl. He said revenge interview. Yep. When that money stopped, they get on that microphone. That's your best bet, especially if they're famous or rich. Okay. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do I have any liner in here? I probably don't. What is these? I don't have a liner. Okay. Yeah, I left liner in my purse or at home. What is this? Oh, that's contour. Well, that's good enough. Got a little extra definition. When should we suggest a house as an investment? When they take you seriously enough to spend that type of money on you. And they love you and they're in love with you and they can't live without you. When they have that type of money to give and spend in order to keep you in their life. You know, when you know you got them wrapped around your finger and they're not going to say no. When they're trying anything to keep you happy or to keep you with them, and that's the only way. When you find out they did something wrong and you're about to leave unless they do that, that's when. Okay. Or you could just ask them if they have it like that and they want to please you. Sometimes they'll just say, okay, well, or ask them for it for Valentine's Day or your birthday or next Christmas or whatever. It's a major gift. Okay. Nicole says she just got her house. Congratulations, Nicole. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said Amy says her husband loved being used, but not being loved. You know, I think it's psychological. Like some men want to feel masculine, want to feel used, want to feel like a woman needs them or needs them to do stuff. But like when you try to sit there and love them and all be lovey-dovey on them, especially when they're older and if they're like a naturally masculine man, they may feel that's going to make them weak or more vulnerable around you. So they'd rather literally be used and be doing something for you rather than be coddled like a child or an animal. Thank you, Mooney, ma'am. Mammy. Okay, tips on how to make them pay your bills and spoil you ASAP. He's ugly and much older. We met last week and he is rich. He wants to go on a holiday and dinner dates, but I don't really care about that. Okay, so you got to paint a picture for him, okay? This is how you're going to get him. So he wants to go on a holiday and dinner. So you got to paint the picture of what it's like to be out with you on holiday and to go to dinner. You got to say, oh, I love wearing bikinis or walking on the beach and holding hands. I love dining al fresco outside. And I love, wearing beautiful dresses and heels to dinner. I love looking like a lady. You got to paint the picture in his mind of what it's going to be like to be with you. Then you say, I wish I could focus more on doing those types of things with someone, but I have to, my priorities, my New Year's resolution was to have my priorities in order first. And I promised myself that I would pay all my credit card debt before I did anything for myself or for fun. And my credit card debt is literally this much money. Lie. And so I have to really focus on that for now. I mean, I'm trying to save as much as I can and do as much as I can, but pause. How much is your credit card debt? Well, maybe I can help you. Or I need to pay this first. Or I helped fake Aunt Ethel with her mortgage. Now I got to figure out mine. Whatever fake scenario you're coming up with, you got to paint the picture first so they can get all excited about being with you. Then you got to throw that in a mix so they can fix it. And then if they want to go out with you and go on holiday with you, they're going to fix the problem. They're going to remove the obstacle out of the path. So if they don't offer, then on to the next, ma'am. They're not there to offer you help. If they don't offer you help when you need it the most, when they're still trying to impress you and they're trying to ask you to go out of town, they want to take you out on a date, they want to take you on vacation, they want to pay for that, but they don't want to help you. So they're doing things for a more selfish reason. They don't really care for you if they're not even concerned about you feeling safe, comfortable, and able to enjoy and have fun on the holiday or vacation. You're going to be too stressed out to have fun if he's going to pay and waste his money if your problems aren't solved before you leave. See? Well, I wouldn't, I'm not going to be good company if I'm sitting here worried about A, B, C, and D. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That means either they'll go get someone else and leave you alone because they just want a body to fill the spot. Or if they truly like you and they want to impress you, they'll remove the obstacle so they can take you with them. Okay. That's another way that you could tell if you're just a placeholder or somebody that they really like. If they don't remove the obstacle, on to the next. They'll just replace you with some chick that doesn't have standards or don't need much. Oh, thank you, Lenise. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You need a session, a little guidance, please, Shira. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Girl, just listen to the videos. I'm telling y'all everything y'all need to hear. Get money, put yourself first, value yourself. You said, hi, Brittany. Shira noticed me. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hi, Brittany. I noticed you. Thank you, girl. Mm-hmm. How can I be cultured? What books or podcasts should I listen to? It depends on the type of man you're trying to deal with. What kind of culture are you trying to get? Difference between a good man and a provider? None. Sprinkle, sprinkle. A good man is a provider. So, if he ain't providing, he ain't no good. All right, so the type of culture that you need is common sense. That's number one. That looks good on everybody. Common sense. Knowing what day it is, because sometimes people forget. Knowing when not to talk on something and when to talk about something. He said, man delaying the ring, but want a baby. He's 27. No, you're 27. He's 42. What? We live together. Okay, dusty situation. If a man don't want you to be his wife, don't be his baby mama. Trying to tell y'all why. It's not flattering for a grown, able-bodied man to ask you to have a child out of wedlock. What he's telling you is, you're not good enough to be my wife, but you're good enough to be one of my baby mamas, because if he's not willing to wife you, he don't even love you. He's trying to tell you right there, I don't love you enough to be your husband, but you could push out my child and risk your life. Girl, I would look at him so crazy, shake my head and think that he's joking. And say, no, I'm only having babies for my husband. So if you ain't my husband, you get no children. You are engaged. Well, after the wedding, after the marriage license, then do what you got to do. It's only if you got money, though. Don't be having no broke babies. If your husband or soon to be husband is broke, wait till he got some money to bear children. Okay, wait till y'all say I do and got the marriage license. Otherwise, no, thank you. And tell him, like, so you know what? Just blame it on your mom. Just say, well, my mom thinks it's better if we get married first. That way he can't keep asking you. Just say, my mama see it. My mama see it. Blame it on your mama. She don't care. As long as it's good for you. Well, my mom said we should just get married first since, you want to have a child. That's all you need to tell her. Blame it on your mama. She won't mind. Someone says, why is he delaying marriage? That's a mystery that you must unfold for yourself. Okay. How to make him buy you stuff if he lives abroad. Amazon wish list. Links. Send him emails with links in them. He can have things delivered, darling. Y'all ever seen those people that have those long distance relationships, which I really don't believe in, but if you're getting money from people online, or like a 90-day fiance, they have like virtual dates, like on Zoom or whatever, and they send them stuff via Amazon or whatever store they're ordering from. Or if they live at least, somewhere, they'll have them stuff sent, and then they'll get the stuff ready. So when they're on a date, they'll be like, oh, I got the champagne you sent. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Oh, I got the flowers that you sent. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I got my flowers. I got my champagne. Now, thank you so much. You can still get the stuff and you only got to seal. All right. Put them links in there. I got the link right here. Look, to them flowers right here. And you tell them to use my code too. Okay, it's my code. Here go the flowers. Have them send you that before y'all next Zoom meeting or date or whatever y'all talking about. A good champagne is Viv Clicquot. Am I saying it right? It's French. Viv Clicquot. Get you a nice champagne. Get you some flower scent. Y'all get your stuff. Then start adding gifts to it. Thank you, Lenice. Cash or cars in your name? Huh? Both. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Both, ma'am. Thank you, Lenice. But both. So you've gotten that kind of relationship with the men in person, or just horrible? Well, then make sure you keep them online and sending you money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sometimes they're better online sending gifts than they are in real life. If you have that situation, keep it up, man. Thank you, Anna. Shrink said to aim lower. Recommend your channel. You recommend my channel to the shrink? Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah. Because they need to do better, but than telling women to aim lower. I bet you if you tell them you're going to take your insurance money somewhere else, they'll tell you what you want to hear. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They'll come up with a different scenario. They're like, well, I watched the lady that you recommended, and I don't think that that's healthy. Well, sir, I say, well, sir or ma'am, you're the shrink. I wouldn't be here if I was healthy. So I'm trying to get this money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You trying to get yours? I'm trying to get mine. All right. You want that insurance check? You're going to help me strategize. You know psychology. How can I get these dudes money? Y'all need to work together. Okay. If I was a shrink, I'd be telling people how to use power suggestion, hypnosis, and everything. All right. You'll get you a teacup and a spoon, stir it up and talk to him in a monotone voice and tell him to sink and get his money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. We would be working together. So don't give me no psychology degree. Don't do it. Because I'm having all the women getting what they want every day. How much should he invest in us before we sleep with him? As much as you need him to invest, ma'am. It's you determine your own value and what you want to do when you want to do it. But I always say, make sure it depends on who you are and how high your standards are. Make sure you're totally off the market. You don't have to work if you don't want to. Make him heavily invest in you for months. Money, bills, dates, gifts, possible vacation, or I don't know. Fake Aunt Ethel money, I don't know. But make sure it's adding up, because think about this. If he gets it faster and hasn't invested in it, he may say, okay, well, that's all I wanted, goodbye. But if he's invested thousands and thousands and gotten to spend time with you, it's going to be more meaningful, and it's an investment, and he'll most likely stick around and continue, But if you give it up too quick, that's all he probably wanted. So make him pay, make him wait, make him invest. Thank you, Lanice. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He said, don't hate the player. Exactly. Said how to ask for money when you're online talking to him online. I always say this in some of my videos. Act like it's his fault that something broke that you have, like a bottle of your favorite perfume, because you were talking to him on the phone, or you were texting and you dropped it. When he called, it startled you and you dropped it, or like you lost a pair of earrings or one of your diamond earrings when you were talking to him and you lost track of it, or it fell down the sink or something. Make up some stuff that's his fault so he has to replace it or wants to. Okay, the lever, sprinkle, sprinkle. You recently bought the liquid finesse and I'm excited to experiment with it. How should I test it out? It's cold out. I haven't been outside much. Okay. The best way to test it out is, first of all, you got to look cute. Get your look together. Okay. Get your look together. Because depending on how cute you are is how good this is going to work. If you look average and blah, people are just going to be nicer to you. People are going to be very nice to you. Okay. So I would say go to a place where there's men with money. Spray it on right before you sit down or wherever you're going to walk around so that they can smell it. Spray it on your neck, put it in your hair, put it on your hands, and put it on your clothes, right? And try to get in near someone so that they can smell it. And then maybe make some eye contact and smile, and then the rest, they'll probably approach you, most likely. Thank you, Lanice. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because that smell is literally makes them really talkative and want to talk. Really puts them in a good mood, makes them want to talk to you, makes them more social towards you. So you just got to get in the vicinity. Don't spray it around dusties. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh yeah, and if y'all are curious about the liquid finesse, it's the pheromones. It's linked in my description bar, and also my code is Shira if you want to save some money on it. Okay. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Okay, you said, how can you level up your looks, leave your child's father for someone better? I can't find time for. Okay, you're trying to do too much too quick. You got to do one thing at a time. Okay, see, this is how people get overwhelmed. You got to focus on one thing at a time. So, first of all, start to level up just for you. Focus on that. And when that's done, the men are going to be easy to attract. Your options are just going to multiply. So, just focus on your level up. Don't focus on dating. Don't focus on anything, you and your child and your self-care and your level up. Everything else will fall in place. Because when you look good and you feel good, start doing more things by yourself or without your man. And eventually you're going to meet somebody. If you look good, you're going to be attractive. People are going to be attracted to you. That's literally it. Then the rest will fall in place. Okay. But don't try to do everything all at once. Just level up for yourself, look good, go out, hang out by yourself with your friends, go to happy hour, go freestyling on the rich side of town when your kids are in school, Come home, have a nice, dinner or whatever, and then do it again the next day if you're able to. And eventually you're going to meet someone. But you got to focus on you first, because men treat you how you treat yourself. If you're stressed out, worried about everything, trying to do too much, they're going to sense that nervous survival energy and they're going to be repelled by it. So you need to be in a good space to where you are relaxed, calm, confident, and looking and feeling your best. So focus on that first. Get that together. Okay? That's the only thing you need to focus on. You. Everything else will fall in place. Okay? Don't do too much, baby. Focus on you and everything else will fall in place. I promise you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What in the world? Tajira, she said Rosa Parks had an older white man paying her bills until she died. I think he was the CEO of Little Caesars. Uh-oh. Pizza, pizza, or sprinkle, sprinkle. I guess so. How do you get rid of anxiety when working with people when you have low self-esteem? Girl, the whole thing is just a mess. First of all, I don't like, what is anxiety? Are you just anxious around people for no reason because you have low self-esteem? And you think they're talking about you or something like that? Like, is that what it is? Y'all got to be more specific, because I don't know what this is. Like, I don't care what people think. And I'm going to do stuff at my own pace and do what I want to do when I want to do it. So perhaps freeing yourself from certain things will lessen your anxiety. Because you said overthinking. Okay, what are you overthinking? You there to get your paycheck and leave. What you overthinking, ma'am? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do your work and leave. Someone says there's medication for it. All right. Unless you're getting paid to overthink, don't do it. Treat your overthinking like work. If you ain't getting paid to do it, don't do it, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why are you overthinking and nobody's paying you to even think? Do your job and go home. Literally, get that in your mind. Like, I'm trying to help y'all. Nobody cares. Nothing is going to happen. Stop connecting dots and start collecting money. Thank you, Lanice. Sprinkle, sprinkle. We need a Zoom call ASAP. Girl, sprinkle, sprinkle. We don't need no Zoom call. I don't do those anymore. I never did anyway. I don't like Zoom calls. Okay. But thank you, girl. So the elixirs can help. Exactly. Like if y'all are on phase one, it will definitely help you. Of my elixirs on my Etsy store. Look in the description link, scroll down to my Etsy store, order phase one, take half a dropper in the morning and half a dropper in the afternoon. That may help you. But I just say, if you ain't getting paid to overthink, don't do it. Stop connecting dots and start collecting money. Sometimes you got to make a decision just to stop, relax, and don't do no extra. Thank you, Chelsea. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, 40, you secured a 59-year-old full provider 2 years ago, left corporate job, started 2 online businesses with his credit card, scaling and growing them. He proposed last night. Thank you so much for everything, Shira. Thank you, Chelsea, and congratulations. And thank you for being a great example of what I stand for and teach to women for all these years. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Congratulations. I'm so happy to hear that. See, stories like that make it worth all the negativity, and not all of it. It's not too much, but it makes it all worth it. And also to be a good example to show other women, like if Chelsea can do it, so can you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, Chelsea, awesome. Yes. So yeah, thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I think a lot of women don't realize it. If you just take everything as possible instead of impossible and figure out how to make it possible by not playing fair in an unfair world, you're going to get it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I mean, I don't mean to bring politics up, but look at the country. You think people got where they at being fair, honest, faithful? No, that's not. That's a trick for the gullible. Okay, that's a trick for the gullible. And by time the gullible figure it out, it's usually too late. So I'm telling y'all now. Mm-hmm. You're trying to get a lawyer. Should you make an appointment with his office and act distressed? Oh, you're trying to meet a lawyer. Girl. Thank you, Charlotte Winters. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Best way to meet a lawyer is go to the courthouse and wander aimlessly and ask questions to someone that looks well dressed and looks like a lawyer. Act because if you're there to waste their time, that's money. Time is money. People don't respect that. You need to go ride the elevators in a law firm or the courthouse. Thank you, Charlotte Winters, for the super sticker. Sprinkle, sprinkle, girl. Thank you, Bethany. On the rich side of town, every time you freestyle, most all the men have wedding rings on and few ugly single ones. Avoid eye contact. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, well, you got to make sure, like, are you on the side of town where it's suburbs or more singles? Because there's different types of rich side of town. So depending on your age and what you're looking for, if you're not looking for no married man or no ugly man, then you're weeding out most of the men. If you're looking for a single straight man that's willing to spend money on you, you got to be what they're looking for too. Okay. But if you go on the younger rich side of town, the new money side of town, where the younger rich people are, they may not be as generous, but you may meet someone to date and add to your roster. Okay, if that makes sense. Any motherly advice to you? You're young, never had a real boyfriend. You're in the cycle. You're the cycle breaker for poverty mind. Had to witness 50-50 disrespectful. Thank you, Emma. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Well, only date men who are providers. Do not date anything else. That's it. That's how you break the cycle. You don't repeat it by giving a 50-50 man a chance. Okay? It's not in your vocabulary. You don't do it. If they can't provide, they must step aside. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You got to keep your standards very high. Date men that like you way, way more. So it's easy to keep your standards high and still be able to date. So the man may not be as attractive as you would like him to be. He may not be as young as you would like him to be. But as long as he's providing as you need him to provide, respects you and likes you way more, that's your target. And you don't have to marry this man. If you've never had a boyfriend, you can just date him. You can get a feel for what it's like to date a provider or someone that values you and likes you a lot more and wants to make sure you're happy and have everything you want. And if you don't, it doesn't have to end in marriage. You could just date him for a while and say, well, okay, well, I understand the assignment. And then you can go and date other people or keep him if you like him. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, thank you, Miss Wendy, for the super sticker. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But you need to get in that mindset that that's all you're going to deal with. And you don't need to think about other people and what they think on the outside, because they're not going to have to live your life. They don't have to pay your bills. They don't have to live in your house. They don't have to feed you. They don't have to do any of those things. That's why you don't worry about what people think, and you worry about you breaking the cycle, you living your best life, you getting the lifestyle that you want. Okay. What if you're worried about going to hell? Girl, oh, sir, then change your religion. Ma'am, Chris, change your religion then. Well, there is no hell. Then you ain't gonna have to worry about it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The only reason you worried about it is because somebody told you about it in a religion that you had no choice to become a part of. So I don't think the Native Americans are running around here talking about they going to hell. They don't believe in it. A lot of religions don't have a hell or a devil. They not worried about it. They ain't scared. You scared because somebody told you to be scared. So either figure it out or live your best life with the fear looming over your head to keep you from doing the most. Everybody you know gonna be there, obviously. If they doing the worst too. Donald Trump gonna be there. All the presidents gonna be there. Your neighbor probably gonna be there. Everybody gonna be there. Maybe we already here. We don't know. Isn't the heavens above us? So what does that make us? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I think it's all perspective and brainwashing. Look, if you believe in all that stuff, it's to keep you in line and keep you disciplined. If you don't believe in it, then play unfair in an unfair world. Okay? I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to just make you think. Think about it. If you want to do it, if you're scared, go become a nun or a priest. Say some Hail Marys. Do something. I don't know. Someone says you fornicate, that's a sin. Exactly. If you lie, that's a sin. You are. Just ask for forgiveness. If you're Christian, ain't that supposed to be what y'all do? Do everything that y'all want to do and then say, please forgive me. Do that. Just like a man with some money. Go out, do what you want to do, come back and say, please forgive me. Here's some money. Go to church, tithe and offering. There you go. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Go donate something to the church. All right. Go confess your sins and donate something to the church and start over each week, just like they teach y'all to do. All right. Go say some Hail Marys, tell the priest what you did, pay some tithes and offers, and start over with a clean slate, okay? Every week you got a clean slate, okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. If that's what y'all believe. It's all for your mind. Can we just keep it real and upfront about money allowances, what we want? Yes, if the man is old and ugly and you know he's going to give it to you. But if you're trying to date someone very close to your same age and they still feel like that they don't have to pay to date the type of woman you are, like they don't have to provide for you. If they really like you, they'll do it. You can definitely be upfront that you're a gold digger or that you only date providers, and if they can't provide, to bypass. You can definitely do that to save time. So, for example, if you say, well, if you act, walk, talk, and look like you only date providers and you like expensive places and this, and that, they already going to know they have to be a provider to even date you. That's all you're used to. Uh, if they talk to you on the phone or on text and they say, okay, well, what do you like to do? If you name all expensive stuff, they already know they're a provider. They know you ain't finna dig in your purse if you look that good. So make sure you look good. And when they talk to you and ask you the things that you like to do and your hobbies and stuff, make sure they all sound like they cost a lot of money. All right. So they already know without you telling them. And if they say, oh, that's expensive, what do you do for a living? Oh, I just try to have fun and be the best version of myself. What do you do? I'm so curious. You're so intelligent. All right. So, find out what they do for a living. Name all expensive and nice things that you like to do. If they're trying to impress you, they're going to do it. And they already know you ain't going to pay for it. You said most Christians believe they can do whatever since Jesus already paid the taxes on the cross for their sins. Okay, well then, do what you got to do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said we need to get inside of Sheba's mind. Girl, you're going to get lost. You're going to come out with some money, though. All you're going to see is ways to make money. That's all you're going to see. Ways to make money and ways to see through the okie doke. That's what you're going to come out with. And maybe some other stuff, too, that may scare you. But, other than that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Driven by success. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Whenever you go out, you get approached by multiple older businessmen, and it gets so overwhelming. How can I talk to one without scaring them all away? You got to talk to them in a group and make them compete for you, ma'am. So, I've seen it done before. So if you're cute and you're attracting a businessman and a businessman, talk to them in a group. Acknowledge this one, and that one at the same time. Okay? Remember their names, though. Then they got to compete for you. So one walks up, say, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Then make eye contact with the other one and say, acknowledge them. They may walk over. If you look like you think you know them, this is a good trick. If you're not able to approach or be rude or whatever, because I never say approach men, but if you act like you know them, they will approach you. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever see that look when someone thinks that they know you from far away? Look at them like, do I know you? Then they'll come over and they're like, do I know you? Like, oh, I thought I knew you. What's your name? Oh, okay. Well, this is Bob. This is Alan. Alan was just telling me about such and such and such and such, Bob. What do you think? Get them all wrapped up into each other. You know what I'm saying? And then let the games begin. Then he gonna try to one up Bob, and Bob gonna try to one up Alan. Well, I do this for a living. What do you do? Well, I do this for a living. You just let him talk and listen and see which one got the best job. See the best one that likes you. See who's married. Well, Bob, how's your wife? You're like, oh, then he gonna pause for a second. Let them compete, man. Just why does it matter? Men are supposed to provide. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Men want to be used. Use them against each other too, if that's what it takes. You said next thing they know, they're interested in each other, huh? Well, if they're old, maybe not, Or they become buddies. I don't know. Can you do the look again? I wasn't listening and missed it. What look? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, the look to make it look like you might know them. Okay. Here's the look to say, do I know you? You got to squint your eyes and tilt your head like you're trying to recognize them, but you can't recall their name. You got to look like, almost act like you're going to wave, but then put your hand down. Like, do I know you? Like you're trying to figure something out. And then they're going to be interested in, it's the power of suggestion. Then they're gonna be like, do I know her? Why is she looking at me like that? Did I forget her? Well, let me get closer so I can see what she look like. I think she might know me from somewhere. You know, you're using the power of suggestion to make him think that you know him or he knows you. I just want what they can offer. Thank you. Okay, driven by success. That's all you need to do. So like I said, talk to them and act like you know the person. Maybe, maybe not. And then maybe when that one walks away, he'll come over because he thinks you recognize him. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want them to talk to each other. So he'll be waiting his turn because you've hooked him in by the power of suggestion that you may already know each other. So when the other one leaves or walks away or goes to the bathroom, the other one will approach. The funny thing is, I used to do that back in the day when I was younger because I really couldn't see because I would go out without my glasses or my contacts on. So I thought I knew somebody because there was just a blur. They had on a similar outfit or a similar build. I didn't know who I was looking at. I was like, you look familiar, kind of. Then they would get closer. I'm like, I don't know you. But the trick works because they literally want to come see if they know you or why you're staring at them in a weird way as if you may know them. So it does work. It's like, oh no, that's the Temu version. No, they look like the designer version from far away. And they get up close on you. That's the Temu version. Oh no. That's why you got to get you some contacts so that your vision cannot be impaired. All right. Go get your eyes checked and go to the optometrist and get your stuff together. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Shout out to Temu. I love y'all. Send me some free stuff. Uh-oh. Thank you. Look, they heard what I said. They're free gift. Thank you, Temu. Y'all know them phones be listening. Anyway. You just feel intimidated because he makes more money than you? Girl, he's supposed to make more money than you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Unless he's dusty. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. You said, oops, sorry, great value man. I'm mistaken for someone else. Oh, okay. Um, I don't know what y'all are discussing in the comments, but if he ain't paying, he ain't staying. Sprinkle, sprinkle. A man needs to solve your problems. Exactly. How a grown, able-bodied, grown man gonna walk into your life and you're this little demure woman and you're like, I need help, I need this, I need that. And they're like, I'm not gonna help you, but I want to go out with you and possibly sleep with you. That's not gonna work. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Like, what the heck? They're supposed to try to help you. They're supposed to remove the obstacles. They're supposed to make your life better when they're coming into it. Otherwise, they dusty and they need to be dismissed. Here, look, I'm going to do it again so y'all can literally understand what I'm saying. Big, strong man coming into your life. Hi, I'm here to do what I do best. Just lie to you and try to get you to do the most, and I'm going to give you the least, and I'm just going to waste your time. How do you feel about that? Not too good. Well, I go 50-50, and if you don't agree with it, then you're mid, or you ain't all that anyway. Okay. Well, good luck, sir. Well, that's why I don't talk to women like you. You ugly anyway. Okay, well, you approached me. Well, forget you then. I'm going back to my girlfriend anyway. She know how to treat a man. She cook and clean and wash my underwear. Okay, well, tell her I said hello. That's how they really be acting. Like they think they're the prize, and when they keep getting shot down every single time, they're like, they look stupid, and then they want to turn it back around on you because you don't want they dusty butt and send them back on home to pick Misha. All right, because don't nobody want that. Well, that's why you're gonna be single. Well, sir, if it's you or being single, I'm choosing the single. Sprinkle, because you is dusty. I can still keep my pride by saying I'm single, but if I say I'm with a dusty, it's all out the window then. Pride gone out the window. If I gotta lie, make up excuses to why you dusty, I'd rather say I'm single. That make more sense. Okay, so ladies, if it's saying you're with a dusty versus being single, which one would you rather admit and keep your dignity and pride? Exactly. Don't nobody want to be connected to no dust. Dusty, rusty, and musty. That's how they act. Exactly. Well, enjoy your cats. Okay, well, my cats cost more to take care of than you probably earn. So can you even afford my cats? Sprinkle. They got to go to the vet. They got to get food every month. They need litter. Do you even have a pet fund? Will they even adopt pets out to you? Do you even have an address? Because if you try to adopt a pet, they do a little background check, and you can't pass it. They can't give you no animals. Some dusties can't even afford a pet, and they gonna talk about you. Well, enjoy your cats. Well, thank you. I can afford animals. Can you? If you have dogs, for dog lovers, enjoy your pets, your dogs. Okay, well, I'll be walking them in nice, rich neighborhoods, meeting men with more money than you. Enjoy your dust. Thank you, Lynn. Sprinkle. Thank you for starting your channel. You are my go-to. Tips on do's and don'ts on dates and what to say when they ask what you're looking for. Never answer the question with what you're looking for unless you're being very vague. A man that knows how to treat a woman, who listens to her and understands what she likes and how to impress her. Then you're setting them up to listen to all the expensive stuff you like to do so that they can listen and impress her. Sprinkle. Don't say you're looking for no marriage, no serious relationship. Don't say none of that. Because that's all they're going to lie to you and tell you that they're doing. So leave it vague so that they have to do everything. Or are you looking for marriage? Or are you looking for something serious? I'm not looking for anything. What are you looking for? I think when it finds me, it'll find me. Like, be mysterious. Stop answering the damn questions so they can sit here and check a list off. She's like, I'll know it when I see it. They're going to find me. I really don't know what it is that I'm looking for. You know, now they don't have nothing to go by, so they have to impress you by the things that you tell them that you like and enjoy that are going to impress you, like going to nice places, shopping, whatever you're naming off. That's all they're going to have to go by. They can't sit there and fake and lie to you and say that, oh, that they're looking for marriage too, or that they're looking for a long-term relationship too, or that they're looking for this too. They can't mirror you if you don't give them nothing. All right. All they can do is give you what you're telling them. I like expensive dates. I like this. I like that. All they can do is impress you with those things that you named, and not what type of future you're looking for a in a man that you haven't even really gotten to know. You ain't finna tell him all your business anyway. Okay. What are you out here looking for? Anything with anybody? No. So you're not looking for anything except provider, expensive dates, shopping, cash, money. You don't have to say that, but you can describe that in the activities that you enjoy doing. You know, I love going to fashion shows during fashion week, whether it's local or abroad. Girl, you can lie. I love vacations. I love the smell of fresh snow after it snows in the mountains. I don't know, just name some stuff. I love such and such restaurant or such and such types of food at this restaurant. I love spas and spa days. Name a bunch of expensive stuff, okay? I love dressing up in a beautiful gown and going to fundraisers and galas. You know, giving back. So first of all, he knows you like to get dressed up and go somewhere. So he can't be dressing all ugly. He knows you like to rub elbows with people that got some money. He knows he has to come correct. I love donating my time sometimes when I volunteer. That means you're around other rich socialites or women that are doing volunteer work, and you're probably getting invited to fundraisers too. Thank you, Cola B. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. So now he has to act like he's all that too to impress you. And then he has to actually do it. Well, that sounds like a great time. We're going to have to go try that one day. We're going to have to go do that one day. All right. Instead, how do you make your man become your provider? Tell him he provided, or you're not doing anything for him anymore. You're going to go find somebody else who will. You don't have to tell him that in a mean way. You're just like, you know what? You should start paying for everything. You're the man. Then rub on his back. Then make up a lie and say, you know, my friend's boyfriend or man or husband be paying all her bills. She always be bragging. I'm like, my man can pay my bills too. He can afford it. And she told me to ask you to do it. See if you'll do it. See how much you love me. I said, you love me more than that. I said you would do it. Make up a whole lie. Then he was like, well, you know, I don't know. How much is your bills? Are you going to do it or not? Well, how much are your bills? Well, are you going to even try if I tell you how much it is? Sure. If he has the money, he'll do it. If he's broke, how he going to do it? So you got to make sure he at least has the money. If you didn't get him to provide from the start, then you can start. You got to lie. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. Why do you always get approached by Dusties? I don't look broke. I don't know where is my friend who is not all that she gets guys. Okay, where are you hanging out? Can Dust even get to? Dust not even supposed to be where you at. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. You're supposed to be hanging out where there is no dust. All right. Don't go where dusties can get. That way you don't have to worry about it. When you're in a public place where dusties are, don't count that as, like you're trying to attract them. Dusties are attracted to anything. All right. When you go out into a nice area of town, a nice place, a nice venue, or a nice, social place, you need to understand that men that have money, they don't approach as fast or as often or as much as dust. Dust is desperate. Dust will approach anything. Men like quality over quantity. Dust will approach anything. All right. So you got to get out of Dusty's environment and go to where only men have money and frequent that area more than you frequent dusty areas. And before you know it, you're going to be talking to men that aren't dusty. Okay. You got to understand dusties approach anything. But if they think they have a shot at you, they'll approach you even faster. If you look like you don't mess with dust, they're less likely to approach you. So if you look out of their league, leveled up, a little bit more classy, like you do not talk to dust, they may not approach you. If you look bougie, too classy to be messed with, like they can't afford you or nothing that you even touch or own, they won't approach. So you got to level up so high that they don't even approach anymore. You got to walk like you're a snob. You got to act like you don't see them. You got to be like, I'm too good for you. Got to have that attitude. But not in a mean way, but in a way that, because sometimes they'll take the attitude as a challenge. You can't have an attitude. You have to just be super bougie. And you know what I'm saying? Thank you, Melita. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You helped me see how many men today are in their feminine era, wanting to receive instead of lead. At 33, I noticed they expect women to approach, lower expectations, and give more effort. Okay, well, go for an older man. They don't expect you to approach at all. And if they do, they still think they're young in their mind and they don't understand. So go for even older. So, okay, let me tell y'all the difference between having an attitude and being bougie. Having an attitude is having like a mean look on your face, like don't approach me. Being bougie is looking clueless, but too good to be there. All right, so if you're in a dusty area and you can't avoid the dust, you got to look like perfect posture, looking up, smiling like you're like hoping like no one runs up on you, and it's like. And then when they get close to you, just like start to back away, like, hi. You know what I'm saying? Like if they say, hey, what's your name? Be like, back away. Like body language is very important. So you got to give them the body language to tell them to get away from you. Like you got to be like, hi. Oh, I'm fine. Just waiting on my fiance. Versus, ew, get out of my face. Ew, you're dusty. They might turn, that might be a turn on to them. So you got to act like you don't understand their language. You're waiting on somebody. Your body language is backing away. You're too bougie to be dealing with them. Speak extra proper. Look around for help. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get rid of this. Or you just put sunglasses on and ignore and pretend like you're on the phone. Okay. Mm-hmm. So how can you tell the difference between a dusty and a provider? By how they talk to you. You will know within 5 minutes if a man is dusty or rich by their conversation. Okay. Most providers will offer you a drink first if you're in a social environment where there's drinks. They'll make sure you're comfortable first. They're not going to start straight in on trying to get your number or anything. You know, they're going to ask you about your day, how you're doing, what you're, da, 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 da. They're actually going to provide you with something if you're sitting at a bar or something. They're not going to try to get your attention too much by bragging on themselves. They're just going to slightly mention something that is going to clue you in to them having money. They're going to be highly confident and very positive. Okay, they're not going to be making excuses about anything or complaining too much about anything. That's how you tell the difference between a broke man and a rich man. All right, very easy with one conversation. Okay. You said they have mocktails, Miss Ma'am. You don't have to drink alcohol. You just get a mocktail. Mm-hmm. What should you let him control you if he is older than me and has money but does want to spend it anyway? Girl, unless you a puppet, I don't know. Are you a puppet? The best thing you can do is figure out how you can control them and get their money. That's real right there. If you can control them and get their money, you're winning. A man should never be able to control you, ever. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Melita. Okay, that reminds you, 33, your age target should be. I only ever dealt with 35, 20. Girl, that's way too young. You need to be dating your 50s, in their 50s. Sprinkle, sprinkle, 50s, ma'am, 50s. You're 33, you need to be dating in the 50s. They're willing to spend, they got money, they're going through that midlife crisis. You're not too young, but you're not too old. So 55, 50 something, man. Stay out of the 30s and the 40s. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. They'll spend money on you. They'll invest in you more. You said she should be dating an 80-year-old man. Me? How you know I wasn't? Sprinkle, sprinkle. No, I don't think I've ever dated an 80-year-old, but if I were out there today, let's see, how old am I? 45. I definitely have to date in the 60s or 70s. You ain't wrong. Thank you, Cola B. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I've been watching your videos for years. Closing on my house this Friday. One gave me a down payment and my other one decided to buy it cash. Oh, Cola B. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. Well, congratulations for getting the most and giving the least. Here she got two of them giving her money for the house. That's what I'm talking about. Now you can furnish it and do all the other stuff. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. That's what I'm talking about. All right. All right. So yeah, if I was single and I was still out there, I probably have to be dating somebody in their 60s and 70s too. I mean, look at Melania. I don't know, how old is Trump? All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He said Melania is his dominatrix. You know, she be talking trash to him. He said she hates him, but he loves it. Exactly. He said, use me. He said Trump looks scared of her. I'm sure he is. That's how it's supposed to be. He been saying, make me great again. Girl, she probably beat him and everything. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What would you say to people like your dad who believe that women need to work? I would say this. Well, I will only work for myself, and I'm only going to marry a man that has money who can give me money to start my own business, but I will not work for another person. That's what I'll tell him. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I mean, it's a win-win because he can't be mad at you because you will be working, but for yourself, when, how, where, and if you want to, you'll have options. It's like, well, I'll only work for myself. And, you know, if I marry a man that has money, he'll provide, and then I'll start a business whenever I feel like it or want to or get bored. What's he going to say then? Oh, no, that's not how you're supposed to do it. I do what I want. This is my life, not yours. If you have any comments on what a woman should and should not do, go die, reincarnate, and come back as a woman and do what you need to do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because you can't tell me what to do. You ain't me. That's what I would literally say. Sprinkle, sprinkle. In a nicer way, though. In a nicer way. With respect. It can. What about a dad who's rich and doesn't give you money? Go get it from another man. Didn't y'all see what was her name? Simmons' daughter. She just went and got it from another man, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Go get it from a zaddy. You can't get it from your daddy. Okay. How do you say it nicer? Just say it in a dumb voice and ask questions like, well, what if I marry a man that has money and he gives me money to start my own business? Does that count? Like, play dumb, act dumb. Men always act when you act dumb anyway. If you ask questions, but you're really telling them something at the same time and playing dumb, it's less harsh on their ego. You said, tell us your daily routine in your 20s. Brush teeth, wash face, comb hair. Like, what are you talking about? Get dressed, look good, put on makeup. Go be seen, go be heard, get this, go to school. I think in my young 20s. Look cute. You mean skincare? Oh, back in the 90s, early 2000s, whatever they were using for skincare then, that's what I was using. Probably Clinique or something. I don't know. Whatever they was using, Olive Olay, Clinique, Neutrogena, whatever they had out in them stores in my budget. That's what I was using. Whatever was popular then, that's what I was using. I just went with whatever was popular and advertised at the time, early 2000s. So 2000, from 99 up into 2000 something, whatever was popular is what I'm probably using. Mm-hmm. You know, they didn't have intense skin routines back then. It was like wash your face with the cleanser, use a toner, exfoliate once a week, and then moisturize. That's all people did back in them days. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said you're adding a third man to your provider list. He done paid your rent. Okay, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I know that's right. Some of these comments. You said no 12-step skin routine back then. I know, right? There wasn't even no 12-step makeup routine back then, let alone skincare. Okay. Eh, eh, eh. He said, how long do the rich older men stay out during the day? I think they start going back to wherever they came from around like 2 or 3 o'clock before the traffic starts, before the people get out of school, before people start getting off work. They usually head back in. You know what I'm saying? Or if they want to stay out a little longer, they may hit a happy hour. But as when people start getting off the work, they start going back in. They don't want to be in the traffic. They don't want to be, road rage. They don't want to be in the crowd to where everybody's, getting off. They want to be home and chilling. So right when everybody gets off work, or right before that, about 2, 3 o'clock. Oh, because of your wisdom and recommendations, you have more confidence, and I definitely move differently. Thank you, thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. Thank you, Tarot with Medusa's charms. I appreciate that. Very nice. Well, I'm glad I could help. Sure, you're right. Well, Walmart in early morning is fantastic because ain't nobody there. Any store early in the morning is fantastic because no one's there. Thank you. Okay. Mhm. You said, why do Russian women get the best treatment? Because they don't take no BS. And they look good. They take care of themselves. And they ain't the pygmisha. They have attitude. They know their value. They don't take less than what they want. And they say what they said. They ain't playing. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Stop playing. Maybe they're not overly nice. You said tips on jobs position to be free when rich men are free. Work from home, work remote so you can go out and do what you want to do. Or um, work somewhere where they play. But I still don't recommend that because they're just going to see you as the help or the workers. But or work a different shift. I don't know if you have to work or take as much time as you can. Maybe work for somewhere that delivers a lot of stuff. If you're like very young, in between your deliveries, if you're very young, you can hop into a few places. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How to stop being nice. You're a people pleaser. And when you try to stop, you think I come off as rude. Don't be afraid to be rude. Some people like it. That's the one thing that I learned. If you're a people pleaser and you are afraid that people are going to think you're rude, think about this. What if they like it? Then you're still people pleasing and getting what you want. and saying what you said. It's a win-win. And if they don't, and if they don't like it, somebody else will like it, because they see that you respect yourself, you have boundaries, and you're not trying to people please them, which means you're not desperate. And now they got to please you. They got to get your approval now, because it's not good enough and you don't care what they think. Now the script has been flipped. So now they are trying to people please you. Uh-oh. Hey, Shira, you're confident when single, but insecure when I get your man, even though he takes care of everything and is older. I get jealous. What can I do? You're living in a mentality of lack. It means you're afraid to lose. You're living in a mentality of lack. You're scared. There's something that is triggering you in your relationship to make you think that you're going to lose it before you can even enjoy it. So I say live in the moment, enjoy your relationship. If you are highly confident and know that you can replace them like this, you're not going to be so insecure. You know what I'm saying? So keep your looks up, keep everything looking cute, and understand your power as a woman. If you can attract him, you can attract another one just like him or better. You got to keep that in your mind. And you got to look so good that he now thinking about where you're going and who you're going to be talking to. He should not become the meaning of your life. You should become the meaning of his. You are the main character. He ain't. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's how. Keep yourself the main character. Make sure he likes you way more. Make sure he's not taking you for granted, for sure. Okay? Mm-hmm. You never care about what your fiance is doing. Exactly. You said they don't want you for nothing serious. Why? Because you want them for something serious. Let me tell you why. Men can smell desperation. Men can feel when especially I don't know how old you are, but men know at a certain age women want something serious. So they avoid seriousness with women at a certain age. What you have to do is act like you don't want anything serious. You're living your best life and you have several options. Okay? Because a lot of times when a man gets into a relationship or starts dating a woman around a certain age, he already knows that's the age that women want to get married. They want to get married around between the age of 25 and 30 or 25 through 35. These are the magic years that men will avoid anything serious with a woman. So that's why you got to date older men and younger men at the same time, but they all have to have money. Okay, you need to have several options during that period. You have to date multiple men during that time frame. Okay, not just one. You waste time dating one. You date several from the ages of 25 until you settle down and get married. They don't want nothing serious with you because you're trying too hard. They can see you from a mile away trying to get married, trying to settle down, trying to tie them down. They can see you from a mile away. But if you look like you got options, you're enjoying your life. You got fun, vacations, trips, living your best life. Then they want to be a part of it. But if you're trying to rush them to the altar, talking about marriage all the time, they're not ready for that. They're going to dismiss themselves. Okay. That's why you need several and different ages. But what if you get caught? What if they get caught? They cheat too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They don't even try to want nothing serious with you. What they gonna catch you and do? Oh, caught you being single because you're single. You ain't single unless you're married. He ain't got a ring on it. He can't catch you doing nothing but being you. Well, you say you don't want nothing serious. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Married a dude, lost respect, cut her off. What? Friend with married dude lost respect and cut her off. That means he's trying to make it right with his wife. She probably got him in counseling. He'll be back in a few months or a few weeks. Sprinkle, sprinkle. can't understand that question. I try to answer the best that I could, ML. Friend with married dude, okay, lost respect for her, cut her off. Okay, oh, okay, so you're cutting her off because she's dealing with a married dude. Okay, is that what it is? Well, the dude is the one that took vows. Your friends didn't take vows. If it wasn't her, it's going to be another. She's just getting her money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Dude ain't acting married. She's just collecting the funds. Let her get her money. All right. Now, the reason why some of the ladies in here are so triggered by girls who deal with married men is because they know that they're dating these dudes their same age and it's going to happen to them. And they're fearing their future because they're not dealing with older men. And y'all know it's true. Y'all fear losing y'all's men in the future. That's why y'all taking it out on these chicks here. Them men ain't acting married. They ain't gonna be acting married in your future either. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't be taking it out on the woman. It ain't the woman's fault she didn't take vows. Thank you, Mariah Davis. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Or Maria. He doesn't even support her. She's brainwashed. Okay, well, that's her decision, ma'am. Hopefully she'll get smarter and show her this channel and tell her at least she need to be getting some money out of him if she gonna be dealing with him. Otherwise, she done. For dealing with anybody, that's not beneficial. Thank you, Anna. You dated young ones too, but ugly and generous. Okay, Anna Maria. That's the right target. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said married men act single because most of the time they ain't trying to be married. They're either forced into marriage or they're just married because they think it's time. Most men don't even want to be married. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And if they do, they think that being married means they get a free slave. And when they realize that's not the truth, then all of a sudden, marriage is not what I thought it was. Exactly. He said married men are more single than single men. Just get in where you fit in, get your money, married for lifestyle, you'll be all right. You marry for anything else, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. Okay, you made me realize you have some wisdom at 33 for girls in their 20s to not repeat my mistakes. You are about to let the lesson of my pick Misha and Barbara, the builder era, make me rich. Okay, ma'am, sprinkle, sprinkle, because everybody can give something to everybody. Because a lot of people have experience. And I think younger women, thank you, girl. I think younger women should definitely take heed and realize that sometimes your hormones and your emotions and your biological clock is leading you to be very optimistic because you're supposed to reproduce. Just keep that in your mind first. Nobody's against you. Nobody cares. Nobody wants the dudes that can't afford women their own age. They're just like passport bros, but instead of crossing countries and getting stamps, they're just going to younger generations. So just listen. If they can't afford to spoil you, do the most for you. Don't feel like Prince Charming. Feel like you're going to get what you want out of it, but not invest emotionally into it until you have everything you want. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's the best advice I can give anybody else. Don't invest emotionally until you have everything you want financially. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And even then, don't invest 100%. Thank you, Lanice. Should you move to Houston, if that's what you want to do? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Move anywhere you like. If you can stand the weather, it's a mess. The weather is why most people who move here move away soon after. Okay. But if you're like, I was born and raised, so it doesn't bother me. I'm just used to this weather. But if you like it, If you could stand it, man, sprinkle, sprinkle. You said one of your providers started talking about marriage and meeting your parents, but we can't retire. He can't retire me, so I can't take him seriously. Okay. Well, then he got some goals to aim for. Get more money, sir. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Should you confront your man if you assume that he has another girl right now, or is that pygmy behavior? Is he your boyfriend? Is he your husband? Is he paying all bills? Those are my three questions. If you confront him and you find out that he is, how are you going to benefit from it? If he is seeing someone else, is he going to want to save what you have with him, or is he going to just let it go? Those are the questions you need to ask before you confront anybody. I know a lot of people just are very emotional and will jump into reaction, but if you want to benefit from the situation, you need to answer them questions. How can you benefit from the situation? Will you benefit from the situation? Will he choose you over her? Do you want to be single right now? Answer those questions before you do anything. Then you'll know how to react or when to react. You said, when do they get to meet your family? When you no longer have to work, ma'am, and you free. When you no longer have to work, when all bills are paid, when your savings looks nice, when you take him seriously. You know what I'm saying? When he's worth meeting the family. Like, I don't know about y'all, but a lot of people just don't introduce people all willy-nilly to their family. They got to be somebody that's paying bills, being serious. You know what I'm saying? Making an impact in your life in a positive way. You can't just bring anybody home. Thank you, Vanna. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Dating a new guy for a week. He has very bad teeth, but owns a home and wants you to move in after being enchanted by me. He keeps mentioning marriage and S already. Do I continue dating him? Girl, he sounds very desperate. It's a week. He's just trying to get you in the bed, man. Make him spend money. Shopping. Bills. Where's all that? Okay? Don't let a house fool you. A house ain't bills paid. So what I would love to, I would love to see where this is going, but right now I have priorities and I have to focus on getting my credit right. Even if your credit is perfect. I have to worry about, doing these things. I would love to do that with you, but I have to get this taken care of first. First things first. Well, let me take care of it for you. Are you sure? That is so sweet. Here you go. Here's all the bills. Is this all your bills? Yes. Well, I can pay this. Really? That's so sweet. Because I was wondering how I was going to pay them since I'm paying fake Aunt Ethel's mortgage next week. Make sure that they're investing in you and you're not just looking at a house that's not yours. How often do you have streams? A lot. Weekly, maybe several times a week on several platforms. Thank you, Sprinkle, Sprinkle. You said he already mentions paying all the bills. Well, give him the bills, ma'am. Give him the bills and see what he can do with them. Or ask him to put the money in your account from all the bills. Send him a spreadsheet and add some extra bills to it. Tell him, here you go, put this in my account, Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, whatever. Here's a list of my monthly expenses and make sure you add something on it. Make him put his money where his mouth is. Otherwise, don't react to his words. React to his actions. Don't get fooled by a house in a nice neighborhood with some bad teeth talking. Get fooled by how good he paid them bills. Okay. See how serious he is about you if he could pay them bills. Because you don't know how many women he's told that to. You don't know how many women have toured his home, gave him what he wanted, and now they're nowhere to be found. You don't know. Get your bills paid, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. If he don't want to pay your bills, he ain't serious about you. How can he talk about marriage and moving you in if he can't even pay the bills? He's lying. If a man fixes his mouth to claim that he loves you and is enchanted by you on a level to speak about marriage and moving in, he should be more than eager to pay them bills if he's not lying. Okay? Think about that. He said, if you're single and been somewhat seeing a man who has been giving nice luxury gifts but thinks he's married, would you address? Nope. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't care. He ain't acting married. Oh, Marua Davis. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. When he start acting married, then you can bust him. Thank you, Siren Sin. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How to help friend who is a Barbara and paying her husband's mortgage. Um, Help her find another man that can give her money too. And ask her why she's paying her husband's mortgage. What's wrong with her husband? Why is he dusty? You know what I'm saying? And does she have a man giving her money? Ask her that. If not, tell her she need to get on it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He just want to have free sex and fix his teeth first. Oh my gosh, sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all are silly. Girl, you said a man in Germany gave you his number. He got a nice car, and you don't speak German, but you gave him the number. Girl, Google Translate, or then don't they have an app that be translating now? Okay. Why do all you want to help friends that seem content where they're at? Exactly. I think a lot of people want to take their friends with them on their level up journey and date better quality men together. But you also have to remember not everyone is in the same place at the same time. And maybe they have to learn by you from examples. Maybe if you level up and get you a man with some money and doing the most, they'll want to do it too. Okay. So just lead by example. That's all you can do. How to understand when it's the right time for expensive present like crocodile bags or PP watch and etc. And he has money but don't want to look materialistic. Okay. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, well, Valentine's Day is approaching. Use the holidays to your advantage. Use special holidays and occasions or celebrations for your advantage. So make up a fake celebration. Guess what? I got some great news today. Such and such and such has happened for me. I want to celebrate. And they'll be like, oh, congratulations. Da, da, da. Yeah, I usually celebrate by, doing something nice for myself, like a nice bag or something like that. But this, I don't know. I guess I can't do that this time. Then they'll be like, well, let's do it for you. Or, oh my gosh, Valentine's Day is coming up. And like all my friends are sending their dates or boyfriends, like wish lists and stuff like that. Pause. Then he'll be like, well, send me yours. Well, I kind of have expensive taste. Well, that's not a problem for me. Okay, there you go. You see? All you got to do is just start talking about it. Don't be afraid to talk about it. If you don't act like it's a big deal, it ain't no big deal. Okay? If people react how you react, if you act like those luxury gifts aren't all that big of a deal, they're not going to act like it. If you act like it's something that you shouldn't be asking for and it's a lot, that's how they're going to treat it, because that's how they have the power over you. When you act like something is a lot, they're going to act like it's a lot. You act like it's not so much, they're going to act like it's not a big deal either. Oh, thank you, Cutie Berry. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said y'all steal from females because men don't buy you gifts. Okay. Is that why you steal from your mama, sir? Because men ain't buying you gifts either? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Your mama got to lock her purse up before you go to sleep. These dudes out here are so dusty. Ugh. You need some Claritin and some the dust. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How often should we freestyle in rich neighborhoods? As much as you can. Daily. Every other day. At least 2-3 times a week. If you can. The more you are over there, the higher the chances are you of meeting someone. Mm-hmm. Yes, men like being used by the right woman. Okay? Think about this. What man wants to feel useless? What man wants to be in the presence of a woman that they're very attracted to and want to impress, but can't do anything for them? None, right? The only time men don't want you to use them or give you something is when they don't like you. When you're a placeholder. When you're just there with no future. Okay. So remember that a man wants you to use them. They want to feel needed and necessary in your life. They want to rescue you, but not every woman they want to rescue. So honestly, if they want to go out to dinner tonight, they get on their dating app. Everybody they like or cute is already busy. So they see you, you kind of look all right, you'll do. You got a nice body. Just don't turn around. They'll hit you up on a DM. This is why I don't do tell y'all to do online date, because it's all y'all get. Okay, I guess I can have dinner with her tonight. Maybe she's nice and won't want so much out of me. Then they get on the date. They looking at you. Okay, you don't look like your picture, but whatever. So the last girl I was with used me, and I'm like, what's up with that? So they're gonna be like trying to tell you, don't ask me for nothing because you ain't the one. That's all that they're telling you. You ain't cute enough to let me use you. You're not cute enough to use me. That's what they're saying. Sorry. So go ahead, eat your food, eat your fettuccine with scrimp. Order your macchiato and hurry up and eat. How to deal with women at your job that are jealous of you is these two older ladies that will point out anything to make me look bad, go out of their way to be rude, then we try to cover it up. Give them nicknames, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The best thing to do with those type of women is give them nicknames. Call them Drusilla and Esmeralda. And the ugly stepsister names from Cinderella. Whatever them ugly stepsisters' names is, just start calling them. Thank you, M&M. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do you do mentorship? No. I have a Patreon though where you can join tier 2 and up so that you can message me privately and ask me questions there and get more hands-on. And I'll write you back within a day or two. The links are in the description bar for my Patreon. You said Dumb and Dumber. Girl, I was being more evil. I would name them the evil stepsisters, the ugly stepsister names. For sprinkle, sprinkle. If you're asked for your phone number by a rich dude out and about in public, what should I say? What is a classy way to provide it? Okay, say, oh, can I get your number? If he says, can I get your number? Say, pause and smile and say, sure. Are you going to use it? Then ask him what you plan on doing with the number. Say, okay, well, like when you contact me, what are we going to talk about? Like, get him excited to use the number, because a lot of men will ask for your number and not use it. So you got to make them work for it a little bit. So you got to ask him, okay, so what are we going to talk about on the phone? I'm excited. I'm curious now. Oh, are we going to be planning anything? Well, in that case, then kiss it. If you got on some red lipstick, be like, if you're giving it to him through his phone, grab his phone and say, can I put it in? And be like this. Or say, okay, well, what's your phone number? I'll call you. Then let it ring, like, okay, that you have my number now. You know what to do with it. You got to be real seductive so that they're going to call. You got to paint the picture in their mind. Okay? It's always about the image in their mind. If it's too easy to get, if you're all desperate and trying to hurry up and give it to them, they're going to be like, this is too easy. This is not interesting. I might use it, maybe, maybe not. But if you make it interesting and mysterious, they're going to call or text or whatever they're going to do. All right. You're like, ooh, this lady is interesting. You make them answer multiple questions beforehand. It does work. Yes, ma'am, Ms. Donald. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said asking for a business card to Google his net worth. Sometimes they'll just tell you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I remember one time, this guy was like, Google me. Like, Google you? Yeah. And you'll see my picture too. You ain't saying nothing but a word. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, I like when somebody tell you to Google them and they picture right next to it and they not fraud. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You can't find them nowhere online and there ain't no picture. I don't believe you. Okay. He said one man said Google him and I got so anxious. Girl, when I saw them millions, I was like, okay, ma'am, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. Now remember, a lot of men that have money, they want you to ask for something. If you are too shy, or if you think you're going to look broke, or you don't know how to ask or mention or use the power of suggestion so that they can do something for you, they may become disinterested in you, because sometimes that's what they're looking for. They're looking for a woman to spoil, to spend on. And a lot of y'all miss y'all's opportunity because you're something wrong with you. You don't understand that they're provider men. They like to provide. Okay. So you got to understand, you can't just sit there and not ask for anything or mention things that you need, because they're going to get bored and go find another chick who is not afraid to open their mouth and say what they want. Okay? Sometimes you just got to say what you want and they're going to deliver it. Why? Because that's why they're there. If you're afraid, you don't know your value, you don't know your worth, you're scared to lose something you don't even have. I'm always telling people, do this for me, do that for me. I'll take this, I'll take that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I like this, I like that. Why? Because that's how you get stuff. How they gonna know what you like if you don't tell them? Okay. You said you've asked, but there's always contingencies with it. Well, act like you don't need it, but you like it. You know what I'm saying? Act like be very nonchalant with it. Like a lot of y'all need to learn how to talk to people without feeling like it's absolutely necessary. If they say yes, they say yes. If they say no, oh, on to the next. You have to be like very nonchalant about it. Like, for example, oh my God, I really love that. You should get it for me. It would look so good on me. And when we go out together, oh my gosh. Instead of like, there's this thing that I want. Can you please get it for me? If you feel like you need it or are begging, they're going to say, well, if I do that, what you going to do? Because you're begging or you're not sure of yourself. If you go in and say, well, you should buy this for me, it's really nice and it would look good on me, like when we go out, so I can look real good for you. Then they're like, oh, okay, you should get that. That's nice. You're right. How much is it? But it's all, you teach people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. If you act like it's a big deal, they're going to ask you for something because now it seems like you're not used to that treatment. Or what will you do for this? You got to act like it's normal and you can get it anywhere, anytime from yourself or any other person. But you should definitely tell them that you want it and that you like it and they should get it for you. How to stop and prepare, how to start prepare boyfriend that you want an apartment. Start talking about it until you tell him. So just mention it, look at apartments, like, oh, those are nice, those are nice, those are nice. We should go look at one just for fun. Then get serious about it. You said, what about a guy with a thick butt? I hope he got a thick wallet to go with that thick butt. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Ain't nothing worse than a man with hips, ma'am. Get you some money out of it. You better have some money. All right. And half of these red pill men that be talking trash about women, they be having bigger hips than the woman. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The woman they can't attract or afford. Sir, worry about them hips. What's the best way to break up with someone? The best way? Ask them for something you know they can't give you. Then they'll break up with you. Or you can say, well, that's just my standard, and I'm getting a little bit more mature and I'm gonna need certain things in a relationship. And if we shouldn't kid ourselves if you're unable to do that. Just be honest. Tell them they can't afford you no more. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said you think hip dips on a man is sexy? Okay. No, I don't know about that, man. Hips, like woman hips. We're talking about woman hips. We're talking about a man that has woman hips, like for no reason. You need a body shaper too, sir. Okay. If someone famous has eyes on you, do you approach or do you wait until they approach? Girl, famous or not, they need to approach. Sprinkle, sprinkle. We only 1 month dating. How long to wait to start talk about an apartment? You should have been talking about it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I mean, if you are you trying to move by yourself or in together with him? Because if it's just for you and he has money, you should have been talking about it. If you're trying to move him in, is he ready for that step? It's only been a month. You're going to look crazy. If it's for you, you don't look super crazy. If it's to move in together, it looks crazy. All right. You never know who's famous. Exactly. Like, they could have a fake DM name. You never know. Sometimes they don't get responses if they don't have their real name up there. So who is you? Like, if you're not trying to holler at, like, if you're not trying to talk to him in a romantic way, I don't think it matters. Like, if you're just a fan being a fan, it don't matter, because you know how many fan DMs they probably get a day? They're probably just going to bypass it. But if they're looking at you, if they're liking your stuff, they need to approach you. If they're the man, a man is still a man, ain't he? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, y'all, I got to go. But thank y'all so much for all the good questions. Thank y'all, everybody who donated. Sprinkle, sprinkle to all of y'all. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel if y'all are new. If y'all want to ask me questions in private, I have my Patreon linked in the description bar. Just scroll down a little bit, join tier 2 and up, and you could definitely message me and I'll write you back in a few days or the next day. Also, follow me on Instagram. I am verified, SheRaSeven on Instagram. Follow me there. Thank y'all so much. Sprinkle, sprinkle, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.